NikkiNicoleStar fam. How are we doing? How are we doing? Thank you all for being here. And thank you all for joining me for another YouTube Live or another reality TV chat. Oh, I am so sorry for moving the live because this live was supposed to be yesterday. But, excuse me, but I moved it to today because, and I know you're like, Nikki, that doesn't look that bad. When I tell you the amount of blood that I lost yesterday, insane. I was cutting a watermelon, guys. I was cutting a watermelon. I have two major cuts on my fingers. Both, wait, is it this one? Is it my left hand? Yeah, both on my left hand, and both are from cutting a watermelon. Each time that I cut my hand, I cut it while cutting a watermelon, and it was always because somebody in my family distracted me. I was cutting a watermelon. The first time that I got a cut on this finger, a deep cut, thank God it's starting to like really heal, but it was bad. And I was cutting it up, and my sister said that she wants some, and I didn't hear her. I was like, what? She was like, can you cut me some too? And I was like, sure. And the knife went right through my finger. But it's like, it's been years and it's healed. But it took some time, and it was so much pain. The same thing happened to me yesterday. I was cutting a watermelon. My mom called out to me, asked me to bring her something upstairs. And I said, all right, I'm coming, and sliced the freaking flesh was hanging off. It wasn't that bad because I don't feel like I need stitches or anything, or we'll see. The first time I needed stitches and I didn't do anything. So it took a long time for it to heal. I can kind of still see the indentation, but it doesn't, I hope it's not that bad that I need stitches. I won't know until I take the bandage off in like a few days, but it was a little scary yesterday. Literally was in so much pain. I put myself to bed. I said, I'm not doing nothing today. So much pain, finger throbbing, blood all over my kitchen, but I'm better. I'm better today. But every time, me and watermelon. So I have to find another way to cut a watermelon because I don't think that cutting watermelon should be in my life. Like, I obviously am not good at it, or I need to be just concentrating on just cutting the watermelon for me to be successful. I'm not good at it. I was bleeding through like my bandages, my gauze. It was bad. Maybe I should have went to the hospital or the ER. We're good. Or urgent care. Should I went to urgent care? No, we're good. Anyway, how are you guys? Thank you all so much for being here. Hi, sup people. Hi, opulent pomegranate. Hi, Sarah. Sarah said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam, never ever met this so messy. It's so messy. I only have half hope for Jay and Sinko. Me too. Jay and Sinko to me seem to be the most realistic. It's The Rocks said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam and Star fam. Thank you for being here. It's The Rocks. The End of the Age said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam. Hey, End of the Age. Empress said, caught another live in the UK. Par. Thank you for being here. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly said, love your lives. Love you, Kimberly. Opulent Pomegranate said, girl, same. I have 2 stitches and I was just crafting. I don't know what is it about me and watermelons. I also want to say, if you are a salatabla hoe like myself and you shop there, be very careful of their paring knives. I have all of their paring knives because they're just so cute. They're so cute knives, but I think because they're so adorable, it doesn't register in your mind how dangerous they are. That knife is sharp. I'm telling you, as soon as I sliced my finger, blood just started squirting everywhere. Like it was insane, to the point where I didn't feel the pain first because I was scared. I didn't feel the pain until my mom came downstairs and was like bandaging me up. That's when I felt the pain. But I was so scared because it was literally so much blood. Those knives are really, really dangerous. So be careful with those. Opulent Pomegranate said bandages have us out here looking like SpongeBob. So said, hey, Nikki, OMG, I hope you feel better soon and sorry about your thumb. No, I'm good now. Yesterday, listen, I was a baby. I was a baby yesterday. I was. Kimberly said, my husband said, go to the hospital. Oh, he did? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Now you're going to make me, now you're making me scared. I'm you know what, Kimberly? Tell your husband, I'm going to look, when I get off this live, I'm going to look at it. If it hasn't improved, I am going to go to the hospital or the ER or maybe urgent care. Social Stuff said, if it keeps hurting, make sure you go to the doctor and have them check for tetanus. Thank you. I absolutely will. Hey, waiting room. And you already said, OMG, it's our girl. Hey, Plump Fiction. Hey, Sydney. And Yarden said, just landed in Sweden for work and going to wind down with y'all. Oh, thank you for being here. Oh, how Sweden. That's one of the caucus places that I wanted to go to. Like everywhere else that I want to travel is like Black, like, it's a Black population. But I do have, a couple of caucus places that I want to go to. It's Sweden and Albania, because I was looking at these beaches in Albania and I'm like, I have to experience it. And I got to go to Italy. I know the racism is crazy. I'm not saying I got to experience it for myself, but I'm just hoping to get in and get out, to go unnoticed. But I just have to experience Italy. Like, come on, I just got to experience it. I might go with Italians, though. That might be the safest way for me to go. The waiting room said, I'll be a part of the replay game because there's a big soccer game I'm watching. Oh, have fun. And thank you for stopping by. Opulent Pomegranate said, I went to urgent care and it worked out well. I got some glitter in my... What? What you mean you got some glitter in your wrap? What that mean? Almost there. And I think for me, because y'all know I'm like hitting Pilates hard. I'm hitting so hard that like even talking to y'all, my abs are killing me. But I'm not quitting. I'm taking Pilates and I'm taking bar classes. And it's not a game. I'm hitting it hard. I'm staying consistent. I'm so proud of myself. But because of that, the energy that I used to have, I'm drained. I be drained after that class. It comes like I take my Pilates class like mad early in the morning. And the reason why I started taking it earlier instead of in the middle of the day is because I would need a nap after that class. Like Pilates does your girl in. I need a nap. I need a good 2 hours and still be able to start my day. So I just started taking it really, really early because in the middle of the day, I'm done and I can't do it. So if I can't take it in the morning time, let me see if I could take a night one. Let me see. Oh, that was quick. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me see if there's a night class today. Is there a Pilates evening class? Oh, I might want to take that before bed. Is that my calendar? No, I don't want to do that. I didn't even think about that. That would be really nice to do an evening Pilates class. That would be cool. Let's see. Oh, is there evening Pilates? I'm not taking bar. I'm not taking bar in the evening. Oh, it's a wait list. It's a wait list. I'm still gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, that'll be nice. Pilates and then bed. That'll be nice. We'll see. We'll see if your girl can get in. Because there's something about them evening classes. I don't understand people who could like work out after work. What after work? Oh, I'm done. I'm in. I'm curled up on a couch. Y'all 9 to 5, and then you go to the gym. I would rather go to the gym in the morning. Here is why. I used to work at corporate America. I ain't do nothing at my job. I miss corporate America. I ain't do nothing. That's like why I really got into YouTube, because I was at corporate America watching all these YouTube reviewers, and I'm like, I'm funding it in this person. I could do this. That's literally how my YouTube started. I told y'all that insurance company I used to work at, I was a receptionist or director of first impressions. And I used to have my headphone in, in one ear. That was before I got my AirPods, and I would have it in one ear, and I would leave the ear that was to the door open so I could greet people. But I would just be on YouTube, just watching YouTube videos. That's it. And maybe going down to the mailman or something like that and checking out the mail. But that was literally it. Then I would make my rounds, go around and gossip with my friends. I told you about the Filipino ladies at my job who was trying to get me a husband. And then I told you about the black lady, the boss at my insurance job, who was working over the R. Kelly case. And I remember I told you, all she said, every time they call here, they lying. I ain't do nothing. But this is the thing. Corporate America would still see me if I didn't start like booking. That was the problem. I started like booking jobs, acting jobs, and I could not keep on like taking vacation or like missing days without it being an issue. And then it got weird because they would start to see me on like TV shows, and I would be like, this is awkward. Being a working class actor is not for the weak, but I would have still been there had it not been for COVID. I would have still been there. But it was getting, it was time because it was just getting a little odd. Like I was lying and saying that I wasn't an actress. And then like, they would like literally see me on the TV show and be like, Nikki, it's you. And I'm like, that's not me. All Black people do not look alike. But at some point, I had to like admit it. And I only admitted it to the Black guy at my job. He was like, Nikki, I know that's you. And I was like, I'm only telling you, you don't tell nobody else. He said, I don't like these people. I miss him. I should have kept in contact with him. But that is, starting to itch. But that's how I got into YouTube. Corporate America. I missed my corporate America job. And even that job where I did nothing, I could not go to the gym after. But like I said, I would go to the gym before my job because I didn't do anything. And, I'm just hanging around. You know what I mean? I'm just chilling. I'm not really exerting any energy. So I'm kind of at rest at work. Corporate America. Those were the days. And Yarna said, as long as you come here in the summer, you'll like it. I got married in Italy. It's beautiful. And I had a great time in the small town that I went to. Now, here's the thing in Yarden. I hear about the racism all the time, but then it's like always some Black woman that draws me into Italy because now I'm watching this sister on TikTok who to marry this Italian man, this wealthy Italian man. He got her living on a villa. He got this sister living on a villa. I literally watched her wake up on her villa and go downstairs and make fresh olive oil. I was like, I didn't even know you could make olive oil like this. She picked the olives from her villa that her Italian man got her on and made olive oil. And then like put it on some bread. I said, this is the life. Because y'all know I don't do the swirling. But if you want to swirl, at least swirl like that. Get a white man that's going to put you in a villa. Oh my God. So I'm watching her videos and now I'm warming up to the idea of Italy again. I'm like, maybe it's not so bad. We'll see. Some people said Italy is so beautiful, especially the Vatican. I got to see it just for history's sake. Same thing with Spain. I have to see a siesta in person. I have to experience it. My sister went to Spain. Both of my sisters went to Spain and they loved it. It's because they're American. They got the American treatment, but they always talk about how the siesta was no joke. Like my sister was like, when they're siestaing, you can't get nothing. They literally break. It's a literal break. She was just like, people pull out tables and chairs from the restaurants and they make food for each other, but they're not making food for like patrons. They are literally chilling and it takes out. I just got to experience that. I'm not going to stay long though. Like the caucus places, the places where alabasters are dominant. I won't stay too long. I'll, be there just long enough to take in the sights, but I'm not going to be there long enough to take in the racism. Kimberly said, he said you may need an antibiotic or a tetanus shot. You should go just to be safe. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, Kimberly. I'll do that. Opulent said they make glitter bandages. It helps distract me from the pain. That is genius. Why have I never heard of that? Glitter bandages. Hold on. Oh my God, glitter strips. I'm going to get them today after I get back from urgent care. Thank you guys. Missy said, Nikki, I haven't watched none of these shows, but Nikki's live, so I'm here. Hey, Star fam, hope you all are well. Thank you so much for joining us, Missy. Missy, you have to watch Never Ever Met. You got to get into it. I am. I am. Kimberly said, Nikki, not a night class. You need a doctor. Oh, really? Is that serious? Why is your boyfriend scaring me? Get the doctor on the line. Why is he scaring me? CR said bar classes are that girl. When I tell you we work on muscles that they were working out muscles that I felt in my coochie. I never feel my coochie muscles while working out. But I was just like, what's happening? Why is it engaging? What's going on? Them bar classes is no joke. CR said, I feel like it's the only way I see results. But yes, I'd be ready to sleep the rest of the day. Yeah, they're no joke. You really don't think you're doing that much, because every time my Pilates instructor is just like, oh, okay, that's it. Or my bar instructor is just like, all right, you did it, because it's just a 45-minute class. I'm like, oh, cool. It's when I get home and I got to walk up some steps. I'm like, oh yeah, I did a lot. And then I'm like laughing or talking and I'm feeling every muscle. Them classes are no joke. Hi, Nancy. Thank you so much for being here. The NNH said, that's what I'm doing, working and watching YouTube. Yep. Listen, I did not mind my corporate America days. It was a good time. It was a good time. And Yarn said, don't go to Amalfi only. Oh, okay. Go further down the coast. Cilento and Sorrento. Visit Isha. Okay. Instead of Capri, go in the off season. That's exactly what I plan on doing. I do not want to go when it's tourist time. And Yarn said, and go with a Caucasus tour guide if you're really worried. Absolutely. Really? Ooh. Okay, eat, pray, love. BB said, hi, Nikki. This might be random, but y'all see AD interview with Ashley? I know AD. Who's Ashley? Kimberly said, you don't want to have it start closing up. So you have to, you don't want it to start closing up. You can go to the emergency or urgent care. Okay. I'll do that. That's what I was planning on doing. But AD, let me go to my YouTube. AD is doing an interview with Ashley. Hold on, let me go to my channel. Our Ashley from Potomac? What Ashley? Love it. Oh, let me see. I'm subscribed to 8 cancel. Who's canceled? What Aaliyah like him? Oh, child. I love that. I love that for you, Queen. Let me. Oh, this was 8 hours ago. 8 hours ago. Oh, what time zone is she in? Is she in London with that man? Is she London? Is she in London? And wait, and then hold on. It's so much going on. I'm looking at this video. It says this is AD's live, and it says Love and Blind Ashley breaks her silence. And then I go over to the y'all know the suggestion videos. It's from Little Black Book 91. Says not AD and Ashley dragging Jesse Woo. What happened on this live? Oh, I gotta watch this child. Oh, Chelsea Janae posted a new video. I love Chelsea. She's so sweet. OMG. What is going on? Oh my God. The suggested videos are so messy. Now, YouTube, I'm not that messy. My God, today. So said Ashley and AD are both birds. What? Yes, AD and Ollie. Is she in London with him? BB said I just came from that live. Ciao. What is going on? Oh, so y'all were just over there being messy. Yeah, Tyler was the one with the donor kids who was actually his kids, but he was acting like they was donor kids while he was on the show. Child, that's what I'm about to find out. That's what I'm about to find out. Rachel said I just came from there too. BB said Ashley was throwing Jesse Wu and Ricky. Who was Ricky? Under the bus. Who is Ricky? Oh, wait. Ginger Root. Oh, okay, I don't know who Ricky is. Who is Ricky? What happened? What did Jesse Wu do? Jesse Wu, I'm so glad that you're doing. I'm not glad. I love that you're doing the reviewer thing. I need you to get back to what you were doing before this. I think this is great. But I think that you were already established. You know what? I don't want this to sound messy like AJ. I just, since we're here, I feel like you already had like a career trajectory. And not saying that this is beneath you, but I just feel like you have, because I'm here, so it's not beneath you. Like I'm doing the same thing. But I just feel like you were kind of already established. And I just want you to get back to that. I want you to get back to like, I loved your singing. I hope you're still doing that. I love the, I thought you were really good in reality TV. Love and Hip Hop was a little too ghetto for you, or understand. That's why I don't review it. But I feel like I want you to get back into that place where people are discussing you and you aren't discussing other people. That's where I would like for you to be. But if you're happy where you're at, be commenting on social commentary thing, like that's fine. But I feel like you should just be vlogging and taking us around your life. Now I don't know if you do that, but I've just been seeing you come up and like you're talking about like pop culture conversations. And I just feel like, what you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, girl, come on. What you doing here? If you don't get back on set, because you can, right? Right? I hope that's not shady. I really, no, it's not. I'm not a shady person. I'm not though. But yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. I just felt like when I saw her over here, I'm like, you're doing pop culture commentary? What's going on? No shade. I started this because I wasn't on set like I wanted to be. I'm having a good time over here, but if I was in Centers, I'm not commenting on nobody's business. I'm not talking about nobody. I will be vlogging, taking your like, hi guys, here's Ryan Coogler. Ciao. NC said, didn't Ashley give us all her Ada kiss? She was defending Tyler up and down. Respectfully, Ashley, I don't care what you have to say. Yikes. Oh, I'm about to hop over there. Let's get through this and I'll hop over there. Story time with Ricky was a TikToker that revealed Tyler has kids. Why are you beefing with the person that helped you get out of that terrible situation? Like, wouldn't you be happy with the person sharing some tea? Especially if it's tea on a man you shouldn't be with. Because at the end of the day, Ashley, I thought you was with that man for the show. But I found out you were still with him. So many women, especially Black women, date and marry down. Ladies, we got to shoot for the stars. Stuff said Jesse reviews all of Love is Blind season in depth. I think that's great. But I just felt like she was on a bigger trajectory. Like, not saying that YouTube is small, right? I'm here. Okay. And this YouTube can actually change your life. I just feel like she had a bigger platform before she got here. Manti said Ricky and Jesse will reported on Ashley and Tyler's story a lot during the season, even interviewed Tyler's baby mama. Again, Jesse, what are you doing here? Nori Snow said, I can't figure out why she's not on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't you on this stage? What's going on? So said Jessie Tanner's commentary, and she talks about a lot of dating shows, which is great. Yes, I love it. I've seen some of her stuff, but I'm always like, What you doing? What? Like, guys, can you imagine me coming off set and then like hopping here? Like hopping off, not coming off set, but like coming off set as like a series regular. And then like, girl, guess what happened? You're gonna be like, Nikki, don't you gotta go to work? I don't know. Good for her. If she's happy, if she likes it, I love it. If she likes it, I love it. If she likes it, I love it. If she likes it, I love it, child. Nancy said they always have receipts directly from the baby mama and her family, so not sure why Ashley is mad at them. No. I'm saying if I was in Sinners, I would not be contacting the baby mama of people who are on a reality TV show trying to get tea. Right? I perceive Jessie to be bigger than that, right? I love that. I love that she's pivoting into this, and like, I love that you guys are enjoying it. But I was just like, I always am just like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Like, I'm always seeing people on, and you know what? But you know what? I think this is going to be happening a lot now because the industry is changing. The industry is changing. You're probably, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of celebrities making YouTube pop culture commentary channels. Like Tom Cruise, why in the hell are you commenting on Love and Hip Hop? The girls are broke. Stuff said Jessie is going to be the new project that Candy. Yes, I'm sorry. This is where I think she belongs. I think that's more appropriate. I think she needs to be on like a NBC, Bravo. Like that's where I would see her. I don't know. I just like coming from TV to here with that kind of subject matter, and it's not vlogging. Like I get vlogging. You know, why is this becoming a I'm trying to get you guys to understand what I'm saying, and I don't want y'all to think I'm coming at your girl because I like her too. I'm not coming at her. I just was like, oh, okay, what you doing? Okay, don't make me feel like that. Y'all never thought that. Y'all weren't like, Jessie, what's going on? Why are you doing here? Let me click on to see what's going on with Jessie. Oh, pop culture commentary. That's interesting, but let me stick around because she's interesting. That happened, y'all. That happened. BB said Jessie even bought a lawyer who showed see, that's weird. That's weird. I don't care. I'm gonna keep my opinion. That's weird. Little Shorty 262 said, are you going to review the 90 Day Fiance spinoff Hunt for Love? I wasn't going to, and then I saw Chantel. So yeah, I want to check it out. LB says she talked about behind the scenes things at Destination when she was beefing with Tamar last year. That could have caused an issue. Yeah, Jessie, I wouldn't talk about beefs on set. I wouldn't do that. But you know what? Good for her. She's happy here on YouTube, and y'all love it. Some people said I said the same thing when I saw Nicki Minaj. What's going on? But I will say this. I'm not a barb. But I will say this about Nicki Minaj. I think she did that to really connect to her audience. And I think that's a whole different way. Like if you're doing something that is about you, that's what I'm saying. I would think that she would just be doing something about her. I would think that she would just be vlogging. That's what I thought initially. And then when I saw that she was doing social commentary, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Are you talking about your coworkers? It was just weird because that's not what's done. And I'm like, not only are you talking about your coworkers, you're commenting on like going in depth and commenting about reality TV shows. Social Stuff said all the housewives come down to the YouTube streets. They were too good before. True. And to be honest, these YouTube streets is not down, it's up. It's not down, it's up. It's working for a lot of people, but it's always so weird. Like, what happened? How did you come from like being a household name on TV to like, here you go. Nene is different. She's literally doing a talk show. That makes sense because she has full control. And that could probably get picked up by another network, so she could probably use it as a pilot. But you know what? Wendy Williams' seat needs to be filled by someone. The universe is calling. True. You guys we're hungry for a Wendy. Patreon said we understand, Nikki. Thank you. Sosa said I never felt that way about Jessie because our commentary is well researched. Granted, I'm not. That's the thing. I've watched a few of her things. I think it's great commentary. I'm just shocked that it's coming from her. That's all. That's all. Like, how would you feel? I can't really compare that. But you know what? Maybe it's me because I'm telling y'all right now, I love y'all. I love the Star family. When I become a series regular, I am not going to be on here talking about Love is Blind. I am not going to be up here talking about Diddy. I'm running my yappers because I ain't no household name. When I become a household name, I'm becoming Beyonce. Ain't nobody hearing from me. My voice is going to sound different. Hi, guys. It's Nikki.Star here. I just wanted to show you guys my villa in Italy. Me and Mondo Criscio, my barren boyfriend, we just decided to buy this plot of land so we can build our own villa. Let's make olive oil. I will become the Black Barefoot Contessa. And everybody will be like, remember when? Remember what? That never happened. That never happened. Absolutely. I'm telling you, once I get a consistent TV check, y'all better not hop in them Instagram comments asking me to comment on this. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Star family. What do you mean? I have no opinion about anything. Girl! Thank you for being here, Sade. The Internet H said I've always known Jessie from YouTube. Oh, okay. See, maybe that's the thing. I don't know her from YouTube. I know her from literal TV. Literal TV. Indigo Girl said Hollywood is dying. You're right. I was just on the set. Oh, child, are you ever going to see that? That's the thing. I tell you, this is why I don't tell you the stuff I'm working on, because I don't know if it's ever going to come out. But anyway, we were on set and we were talking about how the industry is just so different. There are some glimpses that it might be coming back to what it used to be, because the big wigs are starting to lose money, but it's not the same. The new celebs are YouTubers and TikToker creators, and they are the ones that have everyone's attention. True. Pink Powder says, I love Jessie Woo. LOL. She's messy, but she does her research. Absolutely. She's funny too. That's another thing. I will say, I never thought that she was funny when I saw her on TV. On YouTube, she's funny. She's funny. Miss T said, hello, Nikki. Glad to see you. I'm glad to see you too, Miss T. Thank you for being here. I don't know nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know anything. Whatever are you guys talking about? Remember, it never happened. It never happened. Fall in line, Star family. Please have my back. Be like, Nikki would never say such a thing. Nikki.Star. Oh. Some people say YouTubers make serious money now. Celebrities need social media a lot more than they used to. You're right. The age of Beyonce celebrities looks like it's dead. Well, listen. I'm going to bring it back. Sade said Jessie Woo talks about how she was done dirty by loving hip hop. So she has free reign to talk mess about these people. See, that's the thing, though. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. This industry is small. Everybody talks and everybody works together. And that Mona Scott Young, listen, people have their issues with her. That lady connected. I'm telling you as somebody who never worked on any of her shows. That lady's connections runs deep. Now I will discuss her kitchen table talk, but I ain't gonna be doing too much yapping about how evil she is, allegedly. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. And if anything, any residue is left over, it's AI. It's AI. It's AI. You know what, Jessie? Maybe you're right where you need to be. Maybe you're right where you need to be. Pat McAfee. You know what? I was wrong, Jesse. Have fun on YouTube. Have fun on YouTube. The industry is changing, sis. Don't listen to me. So Steph said, I had only known Jesse from Love and Hip Hop. See, I have known Jesse. Jesse appeared on a lot of TV shows. And her music career was doing good at one point. It probably still is. I'm probably just not into the music like I used to. Hey, Mishinka said it's like when Beyonce went on Lip Sync Battle. Like, girl, that's what I'm trying to say. Everybody was like, how did Channing Tatum pull that? Drewski, hey, baby. Drewski said, hey, cousins, back from today's roundup, packing up my mom's place. Miss her always, but damn, does she have so much stuff? Keep everything. Keep as much as you can. Keep as much as you can. Because especially, is your mom a boomer? If she's a boomer, they got some stuff. They got some stuff, and they got some quality stuff. Keep it. Keep it in the family. So Steph said, Mona threatened to sue her, but never did. Yeah, okay. Very, very long. Very, very long. Miss T says, celebrities don't take YouTube seriously. A lot of them have in and out of space. True. Oh, no! Ciao. I'm going to do Indigo Girl, and then we're going to get into it. Indigo Girl said, Nikki, love your channel and my other faves. Your channel is my go-to. More than regular. Oh! Something about your channel. You're so authentic. People oh, my gosh! Thank you. That is so sweet. You know what? Let me start taking this seriously like Jesse Woo. Let me stop. I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm glad I got your perspective. Let me be here. This is gonna be my Bravo. How about that? I'm always trying to run and get on somebody's set, but I got a set right here. And it's called NikkiStar TV. Period. I'm glad we had this conversation. Child, let's start off with 90 Day Fiance. It's going to be 90 Day Fiance. Then we're going to get into Love After Lockup. And then we're going to end with Never Ever Met. 90 Day Fiance. 90 Day Fiance. 90 Day. What's going on with my phone? Love After Lockup, Never Ever Met. There's 90 Day Fiance. Let's talk about Stevi and Maddie. This is the thing. This couple is scamming. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. This couple is scamming. This relationship seems very fake. Very fake. I am not buying that Stevi is some phantom bisexual. I think that sis has been knee deep in a coochie. I think she's been there, she lives there, and she loves it. I think that this is a queer couple, and they are faking that there are some issues for reality TV. I think that Maddie came here so he could be who you are for your pride. I'm done. I'm done with the games. These people are playing. This is a queer couple. They are scamming. This whole is she bisexual? Is she isn't? And Stevie's like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Get out of here. Both of y'all bumping pocketbooks. Stop playing. I don't believe it anymore. Because I was like, something is off about this couple. Something does not feel real. And the thing about it is, what doesn't feel real is that this is very lavender. This is very, very lavender. No more games. They are on, this couple lies within the LGBTQ spectrum. Let's just call it what it is. You two found each other so that you two found each other, and Stevi is helping Maddie get away from his oppressive cultural ideas about his identity, and Stevi is Maddie is helping Stevi get away the cultural oppressive ideas about her identity from where she lives, because being in America is fine with all of that, right? But where she lives and the people she is around, them red hats, they're not going to be okay with that. So these two are able to live free, and this marriage is lavender. It's lavender. That's what this is. That's why he can't stand nothing. That's why he don't want to do nothing. That's why at that burlesque show, he was absolutely uncomfortable. He didn't feel like being there. He didn't want to see no damn titties. That's what she wanted. And he was just like, why you got me here? I'm uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to see this. Oh, it's my culture. Boy, bye. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. They found a really great situation that works for the both of them. I love it for them, but we have to stop playing these games. This storyline is weak. We better move on to something else. Let's move on to your racist daddy, Stevi. That's a much better storyline and a much more believable storyline than you two actually being straight. I don't buy it anymore. I just stop playing with me. I do not buy it no more. And this explains Saeed. Let's talk about Saeed, Maddie's best friend. Because I'm like, first of all, why is he so hostile? Child. That was my air conditioner. Because I was just like, wait a minute. This place ain't connected to no neighbors. Hold on, child. Anyway. That explains Saeed's sassiness. I was like, why is he so hostile and sassy towards Stevi? Like, what is going on here? Like, what is his problem? Like, when they went to the burlesque show, oh, he had a whole fit. She doesn't respect him. He doesn't need to be here. What is going on? Why does she have him here? Why is she speaking to him like that? I'm like, Saeed, calm down. Like, you're doing too much. Like, what's the problem? And Maddie just sitting there while Saeed is protecting him. And I said, what? Okay. Caught it. And y'all not gonna tell me this ain't what it is. Let me tell you something. I grew up in a black church. Hello? I grew up in a black church. Okay? I went to performing arts high school. Hello? I went to performing arts college. Hello? I'm a working actress. Clock it. I'm a working actress in Hollywood. I know lavender marriages. I know a lavender marriage when I see it. These two keep on hiding behind his culture and his religious beliefs to make y'all think they got some conflicts in their marriage. There ain't not one conflict. They are very happy because they can finally be free. Let's move on. The only couple on this show that I absolutely believe. This is the only couple on this show I absolutely believe, because I know for sure that Mark and his entire bloodline have been chasing Chocolate Tail his entire life. That is his thing. I think he accidentally had a white baby. That was never his intention. So I believe this couple, and I absolutely believe that Mina would be with an older white American man. It just makes sense for the both of them. These two, they don't necessarily give soulmates, but they give that they make sense. They absolutely make sense. Mina, let's talk to you for a minute. So Mina is an emotional wreck. She's crying about her son and getting her son here. So her and Mark go out to dinner or brunch, and she's crying because she doesn't know if Mark is going to adopt her son. And before that, she's saying that she doesn't know if that she could stay in America if her son cannot be here, because they were having problems with getting him here. So she was just like, she doesn't know if she can stay in America without him being here, and she just needs to go back and see her son and see if he's okay. Mark says this, and I hope you clock this, sis. Mark says, oh, you can go see your son, but our daughter is staying here. She's American. You better watch the movie Not Without My Daughter. I don't know why I watched that as a child, but baby, it affected me. You better watch that movie, because when Mark said that let me know that if you and him ever have any issue, that baby not going with you. That baby is not going with you. He is going to use his privilege as a straight white man and his Americanness to make sure he gets his way. That's what I always tell y'all, especially to my sisters. So I always tell y'all get in these relationships with these white men. It's good. As long as he likes you, keep your head on swivel, get some property and some money in your mama's name. Like, be smart, sis. Be smart, because if it ever comes to the thing you fighting this man in court, you're losing. You're losing. Be smart. Keep your head on swivel. Because the moment that colonizer feel like he done, it can get scary. Be in love, be in bliss, have a good time. Live on the villa with your wealthy white man. Be smart. And the same thing for immigrant women. Be smart. Black immigrant women you get with these American men, be smart. Even if they're not white, they're American. And they're going to use that privilege to bind you in all kinds of confusion and handicap you. Stay woke. Stay woke. So I hope you heard him, Mina. He said, you can go, but our daughter stays here. She's American. Listen to him. Listen to him. Men are dumb. They will tell you their plan. They will tell you their plan. I hope you listened and didn't react. If you heard everything he said and you clocked it and you put it away, smart lady. Smart lady. Also, Mina, make sure you get your daughter citizenship from France. Do that as well. Because if he wants to duke it out in court, y'all can duke it out in court legally, both courts. Get her some French citizenship immediately. Or is she automatically a citizen because you're her mother? Whatever it is, get the paperwork. Get the paperwork, because Mark let you know what it was. Also, when Mina sat down with Mark, she was just crying because she's just like, I don't, I really need to see him. I don't know, what's going on. I don't know where Mark is, if he wants to adopt my son or not. Mina, that's my issue with you. Why are you about to marry, in a relationship, having a child with a man that you don't know if he wants your son in his life? How did he even get this far? And you are questioning if he wants your son to be a part of your family that you created with him. That was my only thing. You've been my girl this entire time, but that right there, I'm like, oh no, that didn't sit right with me. How are you questioning? How are you unsure? You should have been unsure before you left. You should have been unsure before you should have been sure before you left. You should have been sure before you had that man's child. You're questioning and crying and unsure and uneasy because you don't know how he feels. That's really, really, really weird. Before you got pregnant, you should have known. You just letting this man release his seed in you, and you don't know if he'll accept your son into your family. Issue. That's an issue. But thankfully, Mark did let her know that he would adopt her son. Not only did he let her know that, he jumped right into it. He said, let's go do it right now. Let's go do the paperwork so he can legally become my son. And I believe that Mark is going to be a good father and a good influence for Mina's son, because he really leads the charge in that. Mina being very uncomfortable and not being very sure of that, she was the only one that was problematic to me. Mark was like, of course I'm adopting him. I told you that I would adopt him. I meant everything that I said. We just got so sidetracked because we're focusing on getting you here legally in this wedding, but absolutely we're adopting your son. And not only am I adopting him, I want to do it now. Let's get on the paperwork. He gets the paperwork, they do the paperwork, and they sign it away, and Mina finally has some relief. As a mother, I don't know how you could be questioning all of this and still trying to make a life with this man. That was a little weird to me, sis. That was a little weird to me. I love that Marcus was being proactive about adopting her son, and I love that he has set boundaries with his daughter concerning their relationship. And I love how he loves on his youngest. My only issue with this relationship is that he not only needs to set boundaries with his daughter, but he also needs to make sure that his daughter is being consistent healthily in her little sister's life. because that's a very important role to that young lady. And for her older sister, it's just like, that's a really good relationship that you should have, because yes, she's going to rely on her mom for a lot of things, but you're her big sister. She's going to be looking at you in ways that she'll never look at her mom. And you're looking at this child in jealousy. Like, Mark, work on that too, because if she's jealous of your daughter with Mina, that little boy is going to feel her wrath, because not only is she's Mina's son, Mina's child, I don't know if she's your only son, if he'll become your only son, but he's also going to be a son that benefits from you in your old age and your wisdom and your finances. Like, they're probably going to get a much better life. Those two are probably going to get a much better life than your other children. So you need to be very mindful and conscious of that, because that's going to create some conflict. And these white people, I think he has a son and a daughter, and them being white and having these issues with these black kids in America is going to create so much trauma on them kids you can't even fathom. Be mindful about that, Mark, and Mina, you make sure he's mindful about that and everything else concerning your kids. Doing all this damn crying. I don't know if Mark will want to adopt my son. Why are you giving him the coochie? Y'all don't be using that coochie right. It's a shame. It is a shame. If I could bang ugly men with money, baby, I would own Amazon. Ciao. Anyway, let's get to this couple, guys. This throuple scares me. I am so scared for Annie. I'm telling you, it could be, too much ID channel brain rot, that it could be that. But I am so scared for Annie with this couple, because Amani has a really bad attitude. Matt will do anything that Amani tells him. And Amani, with her attitude and her jealousy, getting Annie over here to America, and she has to be solely dependent on these two. I'm very scared for what that household will look like for her. No shade. It's given enslaved. It's given enslaved. Be careful, Annie. Be careful. Here's the thing. Annie is scamming this couple. I'm not mad at it. Because let's be honest. Matt and Amani thought that they got some, desolate, poor Mexican woman that they could take advantage of and freak out sexually. That's exactly what they thought. They thought that she was going to be some subservient sex slave for them. And the minute she had a different idea or stood up for herself, Amani got a problem with her. The minute she doesn't fall in line, Amani got a problem with her, because she's the HBIC in this relationship. And the minute she can't control Annie, she makes it an issue. So I don't think that this is I don't think they're the best of people. And I don't think they're being honest about how they actually met and what they were actually looking for. It's given some kind of kink. It's given something else than, we were just at a strip club and we saw Annie. It's something else going on there. It's something else going on there. So I don't mind Annie scamming to get a good coin. Why not? They just going to enjoy her body and she don't get nothing out of it? Absolutely get something out of it. Trick them. I do not care. My only thing is, Annie, you have to keep your other tricks in line, because Amani and Matt meet with Annie's former trick, who tells all of Annie's business because he's jealous that Annie then moved on to another trick. That's what happened. And you can't, first of all, you cannot trust your tricks, and you cannot let your tricks meet each other, because that her first trick, her trick before these two, he was trying to sabotage Annie's relationship. So he sits down with them and he starts telling all her business. Oh, that's not her real name. Oh, she was previously married. And he's just like, oh. And when Annie comes back, she's just like, why did you tell him all that? He's just like, oh, they asked me and I just wanted to be honest. Why didn't you tell him? No, he was trying to sabotage this because he wanted his old hoe back. And I'm just talking truth, right? That's what the situation is. So he wanted to destroy all of this. And that is on you, Annie. You never let your tricks know about each other or even meet each other. Don't let them sit down and start discussing and comparing notes, because that's exactly what started happening. They started discussing and comparing notes, and then they realized that they was getting tricked. They was getting out tricked because they thought they was going to trick Annie. And Annie was like, absolutely not. She don't have no intentions of coming to America with these people. She's trying to get what she could get. And if she comes to America, let me tell you something. The table is absolutely going to be turned, because she is going to be the legal wife. Yikes. Yikes. Might be it for you, Amani, but then it'll get a little bit dangerous. So I don't want her to, I don't know. This throuple just really is something sinister there. And I don't want a mother to be taken away from her, two mothers to be taken away from their children. Oh, I also will say this. I did not like how the show I did not like how the show insinuated that Annie's former trick was ugly. I didn't like it. There was so much, because the reason why I didn't like it is because the things that they were focusing on about him being unattractive was just his ethnicity. And it was just very weird to me. It was just like, what don't you like about him? Because that is specific to his ethnicity. So you're sitting there, making comments about him in the confessional, and the show was like zooming in on his features, and it just made me feel real uncomfortable. And I just didn't like that. If y'all wanted to say something, drag, his Home Depot outfit, you know what I mean? Do something like that. But the way they were like zooming in on his features, and then Amani and Matt are like sitting there in their confessionals being surprised or just talking about like how he looked, it just felt low. It felt a bit xenophobic. I just didn't like it. I did not like how that made me feel. I will say this though. When Annie started cussing out her first trick in Spanish, he realized that he went too far and he was about to lose all access to Annie. So he started changing his story. He started telling Matt and Amani, oh, that actually never really happened. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I just made that up. Oh, that's not true. She never said that to me. And they were like, no, you're changing up your story. Everything that you told us about Annie is true. And then Annie starts crying. And I don't like this throuple. It seems very, very dangerous. Annie, I think you got enough money out of them. Just move on. I also do not think that marrying an American right now and coming to America is the smartest thing for you to do. If you're already here, yikes. But this seems dangerous. This throuple does not feel right in my spirit. It just does not feel right. I don't have much to say about them, but the only thing that I have to say is, how did this happen? It doesn't make sense, because the show is propping up Joan to be this catch, right? Where she did not need Gregory or America. She was successful where she was at, and that this relationship is really love. How? Because the way they prop Joan up, I do not believe this educated Black woman of such high status would choose an unemployed American, even if he's white. Now, I'm not of her culture, so maybe somebody who is of Joan's culture can let me know how much capital whiteness has over her people. Then that will probably make sense to me, that she feels like she got a prize because she got somebody white. But I'm just thinking, a woman of her status from her culture that I don't know much about, I'll be honest. A woman who has so much going on where she's at and doesn't have to leave where she's at because she's doing so successful. Why would she come to America where she has to start from the bottom to be with him? Right? Or is it really just about American citizenship? Because I just don't see it. The scenes that they have, Maybe it's her personality, but she doesn't give me that she's attracted to this man. She's always focused on him getting a job and them getting out of her mother's home, out of his mother's home. Which Joan, I don't know if that's going to happen. He does not want to work. His mom takes care of everything. Gregory is very comfortable in his life where it's at. The only thing that he cannot do is sleep with someone, right? Be intimate with someone, and you are feeling that for him. But he's pretty much taking care of. His mom takes care of him, and he doesn't want to leave that. So I think he's going to lead you on, making you believe that he's going to leave his home with his mom, but he's not going to leave that security. He just needed, he probably, no shade, he probably got sick of his hand. He wanted something real, you know what I mean? Or paying for pussy, he wanted something real. So he, whatever on his travels, he found someone and he was just like, oh, everything is complete because I have a home. I don't have to work. My mom takes care of my food and my clothing and my shelter. The only thing that I was missing out is sexual fulfillment. And now he has it. Why are you here? Let me know what y'all think. Because I'm still just like, I don't get this couple. I don't get it. And I despise this couple. It's giving sex tourism. It's giving trafficking. I don't enjoy it. I do not think that somebody in their 60s should be with somebody who brain is not fully developed. It's where it gives very predatory. I don't like how Shawn makes Aaliyah feel. And even being sympathetic and understanding Shawn being like, listen, I fell in love with a man, a boy. And now that we're in America, my partner is transitioning to a different identity and removing the things about them that I enjoy and adding things that I don't want. I get where he's coming from. It's the age difference for me. It's the age gap for me. And it is the way he treats and speaks to Aaliyah. Having sex with multiple people, keeping your marriage open and using the excuse, oh, well, you're changing your identity, so I need to be sexually fulfilled, and you can't sexually fulfill me because you're changing into somebody that I'm not attracted to. Then end the relationship. Plain and simple. But you won't because you have somebody that you can control and financially manipulate. And I just don't like it. And it's also very weird for me that Shawn, who is a gay man, his environment is so ignorant and conservative. And I'm just like, what? Why? How do you live in this identity and surround yourself with such ignorant people who, if they did not know you before you came out, I won't even say that. They still talk about you the same way they talk about gay people or trans people. They just don't say it to your face. You know that, right? Because the way his community speaks about Aaliyah, and he doesn't protect her at all. I don't like this coupling. I want her away from him, stat. I want her away from him, stat. But I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Aaliyah is using this opportunity to come to a place where she can get the things that she wants concerning her, how she sees herself. She can get them, and she can probably get them at an easier and quicker pace on somebody else's dime. So maybe it's a relationship of convenience for both. However, I'm still going to rock with Aaliyah because I don't feel like she mistreats Shawn the way Shawn mistreats her. I don't like it. I do not like it at all. I want them to move on from each other, and I'm glad that she stood him up at the altar. Jessica, release him. Release Juan. He does not want to be married, and he does not want to be a stepdad or a full-time dad. He wants to get back on that ship. He still wants to party. He still wants to have a great time. He does not want to be in the Appalachian Mountains with you and your kids and, his son. He doesn't feel like it. He does not, the identity that you're trying to put on him, he does not want it. I think he's trying to make it work for his child, but you can tell this man is miserable. It's just not what he wanted. And you know what? No shade, but I think Juan got a lot of kids all over the globe. I think Juan has been slinging peen on them cruise ships since he touched down. And when he goes back on them cruise ships, he's slinging more peen. He has a great time on them cruise ships. And if you ever, or your kids ever do it, your kid ever do a 23andMe, they're going to find a bunch of siblings. Ron is a rolling stone. It is what it is. This is not the identity he wants for himself. He is miserable, girl. And I think this season might end with him getting on that cruise ship. That's where he's happy. You can't lock him down. Juan is only going to be locked down when he wants to. He doesn't want to right now. He doesn't want to. And the thing about it is, he knows that you will wait for him. Because he cheated on you and you took him back like it was nothing. Your friend sat there crying over him. Having a whole, oh, could you do this? And you were like, I already know. It's fine. It's okay. And then he even felt so comfortable to cuss your friend out and be like, mind your business. This ain't got nothing to do with you. And you let him do it. Just let him go, girl. Set him free. Set them free. And this is why I always say a lot of the people on 90 Day Fiance are trying to make it eat, pray, love situation permanent. Juan was supposed to be a fun fling on the cruise ship. You were never supposed to take him off that boat. And now look at you trying to make it work. And I think the only reason why you tried to make it work is because you took a piece of him off that ship. When you left. Don't make it work for the kid. Please. Please. Because your son would be much better off with a father that's happy than a depressed dad. Coming home every day to a depressed father, absolutely not. That baby don't need it. And you don't need it. Your kids don't need it. I wish I could have more positive things to say, but I don't see it working, Mama. I don't see it working. That's all I have to say about these people. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. I love you too. Y'all are so sweet. Stop trying to make me cry. Y'all are so sweet. I love y'all. Miss GG88 said, according to the melanin way, Stevi has kids. She chose not to show them. Smart. Smart. I won't put them on TV either. GP said, yes, when you disappear, I start calling around. Arnold, where's Nikki? Oh, I love y'all. Oh, gosh. And Yarden said, not after you said you was going to forget about us, we were able to bring her back. I just needed a reminder. Listen, I never had the intention of forgetting y'all, but we were just going to evolve into a different kind of channel. You know what I mean? Maybe, I'll sit down and have an interview with the First Lady, Michelle Obama, and we just talk about world issues. You know what I mean? You are right on time, Spency. Thank you for being here. Miss GG88 said, tipping in the church finger up. Seems like I'm right on time. Hey, everybody. Oh, thank you for being here. You are right on time. Shanae said, I don't even watch any of these shows, but I could, I guess, listen to Nikki talk about literally anything. Thank you. Drew said, LOL, my mom has the most beautiful clothing and accessories, and I offered it to my family first, but no one seems to want to look around it, so I will be blessing women's charities with her lovelies. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I will just say, just hold on to more than you think you need. Here's why. My grandmother was married, and when she passed away, everything went to her husband, and she had beautiful things. Sorry, something on my screen. Beautiful things. All her La Crusade, all her Ruffoni, all her furs and everything went to his family and his kids. And we did not get anything because, of course, after she passed away, he switched up. So we did not get anything. And I wish I had something, even a spoon, something. So hold on to as much as you can, pass it down, praying for you, Juicy. It's not easy. The end of the age said, and I kept looking at Maddie's he got a problem with Stevi. Why are you so uptight? Okay. Spency said, wait, that's such a good point about Stevi and Maddie, but what did I miss earlier? Oh, that was the first couple I started talking about. That was the first comment I started talking about. Hey, Busola, thank you for being here. The end of the age said, that man gonna take that baby and have his daughter raise her He told her. He said, my daughter's staying here because she's American. Listen to him, Mina. Listen to him. NC said, Mark weaponizing the baby against Mina was some nasty work. I hope she has someone to look over that prenup before she signs it. Same. NC said, not without my daughter with Sally Field. Yep, oldie but goodie. Love that movie. Watched it as a family. Cried. Zora S said, I'm late. Did I miss Nikki? No, Never Ever Mets. The Never Ever Mets is the last one. So she has it automatically. Good. I love that. NC said, I don't know why Mina even came without her son. I think she did that because she couldn't get him here. There was something going on with the visa and she couldn't get him here. I think that's why. She should have put coming to the States on pause, agreed, or made Mark go to her in France. But I guess we wouldn't have had a show if that was the case. It would have been 90 Day Fiance the other way. Yeah, you're right. She was absolutely trying to protect herself, but Andy's also tricking. But we love her, so it doesn't matter. They do. I think they have 2 kids together. That's why I said I don't want 2 women to be taken away from their children. This is like a toxic environment. It's not working. There's a lot of attitudes and there's a lot of power trips happening. Let the relationship go. Naya said, I'm late and I'm so mad at YouTube for not sending me notifications. Again, I didn't get a notification and it's my life. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Star fam. Hey, Naya. Thank you for being here. NC said, this entire love triangle is an episode. That's what it's given. Remember, a lot of them lie about how they meet. And they make it seem like it's this cutesy story when a lot of these people, a lot of these Americans are on sites trying to find a sex slave. Literally is what it is. 90 Day Fiance, we're going to keep it honest, is sex tourism. It's sex tourism. I want so much better for Joan. I'm like, girl, get out of here. I know the food is nasty. I know the bathrooms are trifling. I want her out of there. The end of the age said, I want to know, where does this show go from here? Because does citizenship mean that much anymore? Right? I feel like 90 Day Fiance is going to look real interesting in the next few years. Because who the hell wants to come to America now? Deb777 said, definitely about the citizenship because he lame as hell. Ciao. But I'm like, if Joan is so accomplished, does the American citizenship really make that much of a difference? Indigo said, it depends on the country. If there are issues with finding jobs, poverty, a college degree won't be useful. She may opt for any man to get her out of the country. Oh, wow. Oh, Joan, we're praying for you. There's nothing about, he does not want to work because he doesn't have to. That lady, his mama takes care of him. He does not have to. The only thing he can't do with his mama is what he could do with Joan. Spencer said Aaliyah needs to get out. Shawn wants a boy. He needs to end it. Exactly. Not only does he want a boy, he wants a boy that he can oppress, right? Because all of these Americans who are finding love outside of the country, unless it's like a situation where like they met on the cruise ship or something like that, right? A lot of them are going and looking for people. If an American is looking for love outside of the country, I'm telling y'all that now. If you're on these sites and Americans are there, or you're on the site where an American is looking to find love, something wrong with that American. Something wrong with that American. Please have your scam game on lock. Because if you are a good catch in America, you have no problem. You have your pick of the litter. These people are going on these sites, are going to these places. Hello, if your man is going to the Dominican Republic on a boys trip, some nefarious things are happening, okay? They go to these countries to find people who are in a desolate situation and, waive that little American citizenship and a promise of giving them a better life, because when you go on vacation, you look like you got money. Because let me tell you something. In America, I'm working class, sometimes poor. When I'm out of the country, I'm big money. They call me Little Oprah in Jamaica. It's not a game. It's not a game. I look real wealthy, okay? So that's how when you travel, you look like you got a certain amount of coin, and these people think that this person is going to help them out of the situation. And also, you're a little different when you're on vacation and boo loving. The weekend love, it's a little different, right? Then you get this person back who you know is disconnected from everything, has nothing for them to survive. Their survival is you. They're only dependent on you. So you are now this American who never got this kind of attention, who never got this kind of desire from anybody, is now getting this from someone. And because you were nefarious in your way of looking, you become a monster. Because you have this disdain, because you didn't get what you thought that you should have gotten, especially if it's a white American. My God, today, you people coming over here marrying these white Americans, they are pissed. They are pissed that their whiteness did not pan out for them the way they were told, and they put everything into it and they didn't get it. Because a lot of these white people are impoverished. That's why when y'all get here, y'all get to their little Appalachian. Let me stop dragging the Appalachian Mountains. I'm sorry. But y'all get to their little, backwater home, and you're just like, I can't believe they're living like this. Yeah, they're absolutely living like that. They played you. You didn't do your due diligence. You didn't do your research. Ask them where they from. They're not telling you no metropolitan city. Stay home. Stay home. Stay home. Don't do it. Sorry, my cord is getting caught up. But a lot of them are pissed that the life did not pan out for them the way that they were told that it should have. And so they get somebody that they can put all of that anger on, all of that anger, all of that disdain, all of that frustration. They get somebody that they can do that to. And unfortunately, it has to be you, because you can't escape them. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to run to? You have to rely on them. So they know that they can treat you poorly, and you will stay. If you're going to come here and you are going to endure that, do not bring a child into this situation. Do not bring a child into this situation. Please. Don't do it, because they're going to tell your business on TikTok years later. They're going to talk about your marriage. Just a bunch of kids talking about their parents' interracial marriages and how my mom came from Tokyo and my dad agrees. They are telling your business on TikTok. Don't do it. Don't do it. Smell the American, right? That's the first thing you do. If this American is wooing you, smell them. If they have a smell, if they funky, they ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. Check behind his ears. If the ears are dirty, Check the fingernails. Do you want them dirty nails in you? Be wise, sister. Be wise. Where are the places that he is taking you in your country? You know the rich places. If he's taking you there and he gets the check and he goes, run, sister. Don't do it. He don't have no money. He does not have it. The only reason why he's paying for that is because when he gets back to America, he's going to call his bank and say that it was fraud. He does not have it. Check the shoes. If the shoes are a little dirty, if they're a little ran over, check the bottom of the soles. Is it too worn? He working class. That man is working class. You do not want to come to America and be with a working class man. You need middle or rich. Now, if he's wealthy, you're going to have to do some things that you can't tell your mama or the Lord about. The wealthy man is beyond freaked out. Be prepared. Be prepared. But you will know a wealthy man when you see him. He's getting everything. He's buying everything. He's not thinking about nothing. And if you acting weird, he gonna move on. He's not going to chase you because he wealthy. He can get anybody. Think, sisters. Think. Absolutely creeps me out. Him and them eyebrows. Very creepy. Very creepy. Yeah, they're enabling it because they probably do that because they are probably going to treat Aaliyah like a less than human being. They probably have said things about her and her transition in front of her. No, we've actually seen it. They treat her like garbage and he allows it. D. Nicole said he relates to his community because that's how he thought. Hello, Kyle Richards. Before or continues to think. You are absolutely right. The NNH said, I think Aaliyah just wants to get her surgery, but dealing with Shawn has to be terrible. There has to be a better way. And Yarna says Shawn looks like he's on hiatus from his title. He definitely gives Tiger King. Free him immediately. He hates it there. He looks. We haven't seen him smile yet. It's a good time. Oh, it's a good time. Let him have fun. He is not ready. He is not ready. Ron is going to settle down when he's like 72. He don't feel like that. D. Nicole said nobody can blame him for not wanting to live in middle America. Period. Hey, Isha Dior. Thank you. I did. Soon as that man won, my family was out. My family is out all the time. But the thing about it is nobody got to enjoy it. Nobody got to enjoy her things. He died a year later. The kids that inherited my grandmother's stuff died a year later. I don't know where her stuff is, but my God, today, they should have just gave that stuff to us. See what happens when you play with God's favorite? AC said, late joining. What happened to Nikki's thumb? I cut it cutting a watermelon, child. Embarrassing. NC said, Nikki, you forgot a couple. LOL. It's okay. Oh, I told y'all I'm not Shakida and Sarper. I'm not covering them. They're not real. I fast forward through their scenes all the time. I don't believe that couple at all. They're actually scamming for whatever. I don't know, an OnlyFans channel or a YouTube channel, whatever. I don't believe that couple at all. It's such made up nonsense with them. I'm not giving them my time. Oh, it absolutely is. And then every time, the couple goes south, the non-American partner gets online and tells us exactly what the relationship was. Oh, he met me on Colombian back page. Of course. The Americans trying to get out and everybody closing their borders. Pepe said, hey, Nikki, it's our family. I've missed you too. I don't even watch, but here for you. I have seen clips of that Joan situation. There's got to be better. The bar's in hell. Yeah, but they say that she's here for citizenship. Yikes. Definitely passport bros. Ugh. Adria says, so true on Aaliyah. She got her voice and became more confident which Shawn didn't like. He likes suppressing. Absolutely. Absolutely. He needs to get somebody that is going to be obedient. He wants a sex slave. He don't want nobody that's going to speak back. He don't want nobody that's going to be like, oh, who are you talking? Absolutely not. You're not going to talk to me like that. He don't want nobody that has rights. He don't want that. Always check behind the ears. Has never failed me. Has never failed me. You know what? I might start. Yep. But you'll know, because that wealthy guy will be like, oh, okay, I'll move on. Because he got options. He got options. All of them. They rarely have any money. Miss Gigi88 said, Nikki, are you planning to watch the Hit Mess 90 Day? Yes, I am. I'm absolutely going to watch it. Miss Gigi88 said, Yara got lucky with Jovi because he actually have some point. Yeah, and Yara and Jovi make sense. Jovi would get a woman from New Orleans like Yara, right? But the thing about it is, he could get a woman that looks just like Yara in New Orleans or in America in general. But the thing about it is, he can't control that American woman like he can't control Yara. Yara can pop off, right? Even as the wife, and he can say, well, I'll withhold these things. And she could be like, oh, okay. Because she really doesn't have, now she has this American child, or I think they have another child. Like, there's a lot. He has a lot of power in that relationship. And a lot of those passport bros are looking for women that they can have power over because they hate the independence of American women. Because to be with an American woman, you have to be a good person. You have to treat her like an equal. And a lot of them do not want to do that. They don't want to be better people. They just want to have somebody that they can sleep with, that can't tell them no, and that will clean up after them and give them a legacy. They don't want children. Right? They don't want children, and they don't want a family, and they don't want to raise children. They just want a legacy, because that's the only thing that's put in American men's mind. American men, from the time that they are born, right? As soon as they get to this earth, they are told to be strong. They are told to be providers. They are told to chase after women. Then they are told at a certain age, you get a family, you get a wife, and you make her have some children so that you can have something to leave to. So you can have something to leave your name to, or you can have a name out there and your bloodline continues. They're not told to be good people. They're not told to be good and faithful husbands. They're not told or raised to be good, faithful dads, endearing, loving. Some men, that just happens to be because of the environment that they were raised, but men are not raised to be good people. American men are not raised to be good people. So they normally do the passport bro way and go to somebody who they can treat like garbage, who they don't have to, be kind to or be emotionally connected to. Now, the goodness and the kindness and the emotional connection they give to the men in their life, their friends, their male family members. They don't give that to women because that is not how they are raised. So they get somebody who can't say no. They get somebody who won't speak up because they can't do that with an American woman. You're not treating her like garbage. You're not telling her whatever you want to tell her. That's not happening. And if you want to treat her like that, she gonna shut up. But then she gonna divorce you and she gonna get everything. Or half. Whatever. She's leaving with something. You want to get somebody who will leave with nothing and who will stay captive to you, especially if they got kids. That's why I said, don't give that man no children. Don't give that man no children. He will absolutely use that to entrap you, because what he's going to say is, you ain't going nowhere. My daughter's American. Ciao. Adrian said, LOL, okay, I know I got a good guy because he taught me how to trick in the shower. He taught me how to trick in the shower for not only... I know that's right. I thought you said something else, child, but I know that's right. You got a good one. Let's move on to Love After Lockup. We are going to start off with Savannah. Savannah and Bradley. Guys, do you know if if Bradley's family does not like Savannah because Savannah is responsible for getting him addicted to meth or maybe him relapsing? Because they are so scared for this relationship. They are so scared of Savannah and her influence over him. Like the entire season, they were all just like, "No, we don't like how she treats you. She's too controlling." And they're scared of what could happen. These two don't necessarily talk about that, but I feel like there's something there. So this relationship eventually ends on the last episode, and good for Bradley. Here is why. Bradley and Savannah, they're just a toxic couple. They don't, they're not compassionate to each other. There's no real affection there besides anger and disdain. And they constantly are getting into arguments. And one argument they got into, Bradley leaves Savannah because they were arguing so bad. And he takes her car that he's been driving this entire season. He takes her car and Savannah goes, "Did he just steal my car?" I said, "Oh, there it is. There it is." So she calls his sister, tell his sister that he stole her car in a fit of rage. And I'm just like, yeah, that he doesn't need to be with a woman that's going to weaponize the police against him. He does not, because she was just like, "Yeah, it's not my car." And, that car was stolen before. And just all of the things were leading to, oh, something could happen. The police might find him in that car and it could be maybe reported as stolen. Basically letting his sister know, "Tell your brother to turn around and come talk to me, or I'm going to report my car stolen." Yeah, not a good situation. I'm just like, well, that's why the family doesn't like you. And then she's telling his sister, "Oh, if he doesn't do what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill him." And she's like, "What?" Like it's just a very, very, very toxic situation. And I think they're both responsible for the toxicity. But I will say that I felt like Bradley was trying to spend a lot of the relationship or this season trying to talk to her and reason with her, and she just never seemed to be happy. It probably could because she and her family are being tormented with the spirits in that plantation. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Bradley's sister Alyssa, she is a character. She is like really good friends with Savannah. They made up during the season. She sits down, she meets with Savannah because Savannah and Bradley are on the outs right now. She meets with Savannah and gives her an entire plan on how to win her brother back. And then when she gets in her confessional, one of the producers is just like, "So do you want Savannah and Bradley to get back together?" And she's like, "Oh no, they're not good for each other." And I'm like, well, why did you give her a plan to win your brother back? That lady is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Good TV though. Good TV. And them sisters do not play about Bradley. And I love that for him. So anyway, the relationship ends because Savannah pops up at Bradley's job. And Bradley's just like, "Please don't do this here. Like, not at my job." He's trying to talk to her because she will not leave his job until they talk. And he's like, "Okay, well, let's talk." And she's like, "No, I don't want to talk in front of the cameras." And so then he goes over to the producers and he's just like, "She's not going to talk to me and we're not going to resolve or fix the situation as long as you guys are here. So you guys leave. I'll talk to her and then I'll let you know what transpired in the conversation." Well, come to find out, Savannah, after the production left, Savannah told production she don't want to film no more. Her and Bradley broke up. They tried to get back together, but he was just like, "This is not a healthy environment, a healthy situation or relationship for me. So I'm just going to move forward." And Savannah and Bradley are done. Good for the both of them. This was not a healthy relationship. And it seems like the family was very worried about her influence in his life. So good for them. Glad it's over. And I will say, remember how I told y'all that Shane was poverty fine? Bradley, this is white poverty fine. Do y'all see it? Bradley looks like what JK thinks that he looks like. If Bradley had JK's personality or confidence, woo, that white Appalachian town, he would be a menace. He would be a menace. Let's come over to here. So shout out to Ashley, who got free of that situation. Props to her. I will say I had to agree with Julius. She was acting a little weird. Like she was acting like a groupie when she saw him, like a fan. And it was a little weird, so it turned him off because Julius absolutely came over to that hotel room to have sex with Ashley. That's why he laid on the bed and was just like, because he came and he saw her and she was smiling. She's like, oh my God, you're so fine. You're so sexy. Oh my God, you look better than Chris Brown. And after she did all that, he laid on the bed and he was like, so this is the bed? He came over there to have sex with her, but she creeped him out. You were doing too much. You would have got that little biracial pee that you've been lusting after for 6 years. You would have got it if you would have just chilled. You was doing too much. He was ready. So because she creeped him out, he goes, well, Alexis is up here and Ashley is down here. And I just wanted to come over here and let Ashley know that this relationship ain't what she thought it was. And she cries, she crashes out, and she's just like, oh, he ruined my birthday. She's a fun character. Ashley, you were fun to watch. She kept on saying he ruined my birthday. And then they got into a little argument. And she was just like, you can't even swim. Ashley was good TV. It was fun watching her. But now Ashley and Julius are done. It is just now Julius and Alexis. And Alexis, I was going to say unfortunately, but you know what? This is what Alexis wanted. Alexis is pregnant by Julius. How long has he been out? Like, has it even been a week? And she's like, we weren't being careful. We weren't having protected sex. A man just got out of prison. He was in that prison for 6 years. Come on. He was in that prison for 6 years. And you had unprotected sex with him? You're a CNA. But the thing about it is, unfortunately for Alexis, this man met this woman when she was in so much pain. And I won't say that he filled the void that her pain left, but he was a distraction for her. Not a good distraction, but he was a distraction for her. And a distraction that probably should have stayed online. But now she's connected to this man for the rest of her life. We all know how this relationship is going to end. We all know what kind of father he is going to be to this child. And it's extremely unfortunate. But Alexis wanted a child. She lost, she had a miscarriage, and that really, really scarred her. And that's when Julius came along in her life. And now that she's pregnant, she is going to try to make this relationship work for the sake of her child. But I think even if the relationship doesn't work with Julius, she will still be fine because she wanted her baby. She got a rainbow baby. That's what she wanted. She wanted a child, and she got it. But at what cost, Mama? At what cost? Because he's humiliating her. You know what I mean? She wanted to share locations with him. And he said no, so she put a tracking device on her car. If you have to put a tracking device on your car to track down a man, is it worth it? Like, you already got your answer. You know that he cannot be trusted. She tracks him down to some place that was supposed to be a studio. He's there with all of these women. Julius don't have a type. My God, today, his type is whatever. He does not have a type. She tracks him down with these women. Her friend is there. She is embarrassed. She's trying to cuss Julius out. Julius hops in her car, takes off. She's standing there looking dumb. Her friend is trying to talk some sense into her, like before she goes fully through it with this baby and this relationship with this man. She's just like, is this what you want? And Ashley's just like, yeah. Alexis is just like, yes, I love him. And her friend is like trying to let her know, like, if you're going to stay in this relationship, you got to have some standards. You got to stand up for yourself. But everything that she is telling Alexis is falling on deaf ears. And I really feel bad for Alexis because I think she's going to lose a very good friend, because I think her friend is going to stick around for as long as she can take, with her friend being so foolish with a man that is consistently harming her. I think she'll only be able to take but so much. And it's kind of, I won't say it's the same situation, but it kind of reminds me of Cassie and her best friend who fell out over Diddy because she wanted to protect her friend from being abused by this man. And that man in turn abused her. So I'm concerned for her because I think she's going to lose a really good friend over Julius. I think she's going to lose a really good friend over this man, but she's locked in for life now with him. She is carrying his child. They are still together. He has no incentive to treat her better because she does not require him to. Gorgeous young lady. Seems like a sweetie. Literally said on camera, I want a child because I want somebody to love me forever. The kid just can't come here and exist. It already has, a job, and the job is making mommy feel good about herself. That's not fair to the baby. That's not fair to the baby. Poor thing. Poor thing. My God, today, the stuff that she is going to lose behind this man. Sad. But she's grown. What are you going to do? Brooke and JK. Brooke is toxic and JK thinks he's cute. What a match. What a match. It will not work. His family does not like her for good reason. She got a bad attitude. Like, it is what it is. She got a bad attitude, but he's stringing her along. So that's the thing with the families. I get that y'all don't like the partner that your family member chose, but your family member is also garbage as well. He doesn't treat her well. He does not treat her well. They have a very toxic relationship because she demeans him and he is emotionally, and it will lead to physically cheating on her with his ex. And these two women know about each other and will fight to the death over him. And this is why I say you can never humble a man, because this right here is an unemployed felon with meth mouth. No shade, just tea. And there are two women in his town, and there will probably be more, who are fighting over him and will lose everything just to be with him. And this is why you cannot humble a man, because where he is located, he is the cream of the crop. You can't humble them. Even at their worst, they have a roster. Even at their worst. Even at their worst. I hate that Brooke involved her children with JK. And I think Brooke is also trying to make this relationship work for herself. And that's why she's trying to get pregnant to keep him in her life, because she is trying to guilt him and trap him into being a father for her kids. And she does this and will accept how he treats her because she blames herself for picking terrible men to father her children. And because her children are fatherless, she is now trying to do the same thing by picking another terrible guy to have a child with and to create another fatherless child. But she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. She thinks that JK is better. JK is better because he doesn't have any responsibilities with you, right? JK is better than your ex because he doesn't. Oh, wait. JK is better than your ex because there's no child there. There's no responsibility. Your kids are your kids. They're not as of importance to him as they are to you. And you're trying to make those kids important to him, but he lets you know time after time that they're not a priority. If he doesn't say it to you, he shows you in his actions. But you don't want to listen. And that is your problem. You do not listen to sound advice, because I don't think she's playing with a full deck of cards, because JK is not answering her phone calls because he's somewhere with his ex. And she knows it, right? Woman's intuition. She knows it. What does this woman, this mother of two, single mother of two, the sole provider for her children, what does she do when she can't find this man? She leaves her job. And her coworker says, you can't leave work. She says, I don't care about that job right now. I got to find out where my man is. And that is your problem. And that is your problem. You, ma'am, do not need to date until them boys is out the house. You do not make good decisions. You do not make good decisions. So JK goes to see his ex because Brooke is getting on his nerves. If Brooke wasn't getting on his nerves, he would not be going to see his ex. He goes to see his ex, who he continues to guilt trip because his ex cheated on him with her husband, with her ex. And he goes over there to guilt trip her, not because he wants to get back with her, but because he wants to get from her that he can't get from Brooke. So what Brooke provides for him, right? But she demeans him. She cusses him out. She makes him feel like garbage. And he has to take it because she is financially taking care of him. And he got to play stepdaddy. With his ex, he doesn't have to do that. With his ex, he gets built up. She, lowers herself because she feels bad for cheating on him. So there's a guilt there. So she is very nice and nurturing to him. And it's probably going to be very easy for him to have sex with her, which is probably going to happen eventually. He's sitting over there telling her, it should have been you picking me up from prison. And this is what this grown woman does. This man with meth mouth tells her, it should have been you picking me up from prison, not Brooke. You know what she did? JK. I know. Where is the bar, ladies and gentlemen? Where is the bar? A man, an unemployed man, looks you in your face and say, it should have been you picking me up from prison. And you, with tears in your eyes, agreed. This is why you can't humble them. This is why you cannot humble them. Are you kidding me? You're right, JK. I would have kicked him out of my trailer. I'm lying. I wouldn't be in the trailer. No shade. No shade. No shade. I'm a city girl. It's either an apartment or a row house. I can't. Anyway, toxic situation. These two, education is paramount. Education is paramount. Just a mess. Just a hot mess. Kiana and Deodric. Deodric has two women fighting over him. Two women fighting over him. And one woman, Kiana, who thinks that she's engaged, actually got a promise ring at her big age. He gave this woman a promise ring. Why did he have to give her a promise ring? Because he is being real sneaky with his ex and humiliating Kiana and his ex in front of his family, because he constantly brings them around each other and wants them to work together like sister wives. But these two do not like each other because of him. Because he's sleeping with the both of them, telling them the same thing, putting them at odds with each other. And then when they get in front of each other and around his family, he goes, I don't know why they're acting like this. I don't know why they're doing it. And these ladies are not wise enough or are ignoring their woman's intuition and staying in a situation with an unemployed felon. For no damn reason. Because they're paying for his life. Because Deodric proposes to Kiana. Well, he gives Kiana a promise ring. Kiana thinks it's an engagement ring. She starts crying and acting crazy like, oh my God, Deodric. Oh my God, Deodric. He's in his confessional. I hope she don't think that it's an engagement because I'm not ready for that. But you're ready to live with her eat off of her, and have her raise your children, but you're not ready for marriage. Okay. Then he goes over to his ex to let his ex know that he proposed to Kiana. He did not mix up his words. In his confessional, he was very clear this was a promise ring. When he went to his ex, he made sure to tell her he got engaged. Why? He knows that his ex is in love with him. And he plays on that. She keeps on telling him that she wants to be with him. So he tells her that she's engaged so that she could work harder to win him back. And so what she's going to do while Deodric sits and lives off of Kiana, the ex is going to stay in place. She's going to stay at that home with their kids, maybe weaponize his youngest, who he had less time with, from time to time when he don't act right. But she's going to stay single and stay in that home. So whenever that man lie about he's going to go see his kids, he's actually going to be sleeping with her. So he's going to be taken care of by Kiana and sexually fulfilled by two women who are at odds with each other because of him, because they're fighting over him. And again, this is why you can't humble them. This is why you can't humble them. Even at their worst, they have a roster. Even at their worst, they have a roster. I'm so glad this relationship has come to an end. Because I'm telling y'all, remember, I told you when I went to go visit my dad in prison. Hello, I'm from Philly. The finest black men I ever seen were incarcerated. Michael is having a time in prison. He loves it there. It's fine DL men in prison. What y'all call them? Trade. It's fine trade in prison. And the drugs are flowing. He loves it. He wants to go back. He wants to go back. He keeps on talking about, well, I'm going to do this, and that because I don't know how much time I have out here. He is anticipating going back to prison. He loves it there. He's having a good time. He keeps on trying to lie to Joey to be like, oh, I waited this entire time to be with you sexually. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He was being passed around like a collection plate on some Easter Sunday. He loves it there. And he intends on going back. He loves meth. He loves prison trade. He's never leaving. He probably just came out to film the show, but he absolutely intends, he plans, it's in his plan to go back to prison. So I'm so glad that he dumped Joey, because Joey was never going to dump him, because I think this is the most attractive man Joey has ever been with. Even on meth. My God, today. Even on meth. That's the best Joey's ever had. Ciao. So Joey wants to make this relationship work based off of lust. Like, Joey, come on. Michael is not a catch and you know it, but you're attracted to him. Michael's a little freakazoid, so you like what y'all do. And so you want to stay in this relationship because of how it looks for you. But I'm so glad that he dumped you, because you would not have done it. And you probably would have been back on meth with this man who never wanted you in the first place. Because the whole time he was out, he was not only talking about going back to prison, he was also talking about getting with somebody else because you do not sexually fulfill him. And Joey is still sprung. Even production was trying to talk to Joey and be like, he lied to you. I don't care if he lied to me. Oh, why you hostile with production? They try to let you know he playing you. They're breaking the fourth wall to let you know Michael ain't what it is. But finally, Michael dumps Joey after meeting with Joey's family, and Joey's family was just trying to help him and keep him on the straight and narrow, because Joey's family is a family of addicts, recovery addicts. And they were just trying to, keep him on the straight and narrow. But Michael doesn't want to be on the straight and narrow. Michael wants to be stronger on meth, and he wants to be in prison. I ain't never heard that before in my life. It's weird. When people say these men keep on committing these crimes because they want to go back to prison, I'm starting to believe it. They be having a time in there. I'm starting to believe it. But thankfully, Michael broke up with Joey. He left his parents' home, and he called his friend. He was just like, I'm going to come and see you tonight. I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. He didn't want to be around those straight edge people. He's over it. He said, I need some crack. I'm sorry. But yeah, this relationship is over. And Joey gets to live to see another day because he was not going to live to see another day booed up with Michael. Absolutely not. Let's move on to the grossest couple on this show, Will and Courtney. Again, let's get into it. Will was so excited for when Courtney got out because he was so ready to have sex. He was driving around Courtney and her mom trying to get Courtney settled. And Courtney said, I can't wait to have penis and pizza. And this man lost his mind, giggling like a toddler at Disney. Because he knew that penis she was talking about was his. He was, I can't believe you said that. No. Before the scene of him having, about to get intimate with Courtney, he was showing production. The toys that he was going to use on her. And then he let them know, I can't wait to tie her up on this bed. All for when he meets with Courtney, he gets her some pizza, and then he sits on the bed and starts kissing her. Because this is what he's been waiting to do. He's done. He no longer has to have sex with anime characters online or himself or fleshlights. He doesn't have to blow all his money on OnlyFans models. He can now do all that debaucherous stuff with a woman that is financially dependent on him. Again, same thing with the passport bros. These men that go looking for these incarcerated women know that these women come from desolate situations or are likely addicted to a substance. And they know that this is going to be a woman that needs them, that's going to be dependent upon them. So he gets her a piece, he starts kissing on her because he's ready. He's ready to collect. He wants to get something out of the deal he set up with her. So he has sex with her. The next day, the camera crew comes and he's like, don't sit here. Don't sit over there because, especially over there because, a lot happened over there. It might be a little sticky. He's so happy telling the world that he finally got some from a human being. He's so excited that he can't stop talking about all of this debaucherous sexual acts he did with this woman who is now his fiance. All Courtney said was like, Will, he is freaky. That's all Courtney said. Will took us through every detail. This is why you cannot humble him. You can't humble him. You can't do it. He took us through every detail because the first thing on his mind after having sex with Courtney was telling other men what he was able to do to this woman. I hope she takes him for everything he got. I hope she takes him for everything he got. I feel so bad for Courtney's mom too, because she knows that her daughter just doesn't make good decisions and she just has to stand by and watch because her daughter is an adult. She did not want Courtney to marry this man. Courtney did not want to marry Will. She don't even intend on being with him for a long time. And the first argument they got into, she took off the ring. Because I will say Will wasn't being the best to her, but I think she was looking for an excuse to break up with him. They got into some argument at a sandwich shop. And she said, Courtney was just said something about her not being a trophy. And he said, Courtney said something. What do you think? I'm a trophy? He said, yeah, you are a trophy. I'm going to put you up on a pedestal and just look at you like that because you're a trophy that I paid for, something like that. And Courtney goes, she was so disgusted by that. Girl, bye. You wanted the reason to leave him to be with whoever you wanted to be or to live your life. It seems like the money was running out. It seems like the way he was the way that he told her they would live, she's not actually living that way. Because she was complaining about the money and the things that he was doing. And he was like, I spent 10 bands on you. Pause. Will, don't you ever use bands again. It was so weird coming out of your mouth. What in the hell? Why in the hell is bands coming out of your Dungeons and Dragons mouth? It was so weird. But maybe he's trying to talk like that to impress Courtney, because that's the kind of man she dealt with. But anyway, they were arguing about money. He called her a trophy. She gets upset, takes off the ring, and walks away. And then Will is trying to keep her there. And she's like, no, I'll take the bus. He says, all right, F you, take the bus. But it seems like the only way Courtney is going to stay in this relationship is if Will is tricking on her financially. And Will should know that. Will should know that. That's why you got a woman like this. Because you needed someone who would be dependent on you. Because that's the only way you can get a woman. So trick on her. Give her what she's asking for. What is the issue? I don't see it. I don't see it. And you need to get out of this relationship what you can, because Courtney's not going to be there long. She's looking for a reason. Courtney is not going to be there long. Also, can you do drugs at a halfway house? Because when he called, that's what this argument is coming from. He called Courtney and he said she sounded a way she never sounded before. So maybe he thought that she was drunk or on a substance. But honestly, I didn't hear that in Courtney. It sounded like she had him on speaker and the girls in the halfway house was listening to her talk to her trick. That's what it seemed like. I could be wrong. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. I'm going to be in this comments for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to get into the Never Ever Mads. Sade said, what is Savannah doing with her life? That's a good point. She's making Bradley her project to stay busy. That's what it's given. Because we haven't seen Savannah do anything but obsess over what? So Steph? Life support. Oh my gosh, come on. Instagram is getting on my nerves. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find it. I wanted to. Amber is in the hospital on life support. Just from Mary Pants. I wanted to share some difficult news about Amber from Love with the Lockup. A close source has informed me that Amber has been seriously ill for the past few weeks. What began as an untreated pneumonia has unfortunately progressed into a severe blood infection, which is called multiple organ complications. Amber is currently in the hospital on life support. At this time, her condition is critical, and the outlook for recovery is uncertain. Her family is by her side, and extended relatives and close friends are making arrangements to be with her. Please keep Amber, her loved one, in your thoughts during this incredible, painful, and fragile time. OMG. Oh, Amber. This is from Mary Pants. And isn't Mary Pants like it's like a meme page, right? Yeah. It's a reality TV show meme page. Oh, Lord, Amber. Oh, please get better. That girl has had such a life. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Oh, please. Prayers up for Amber, guys. Prayers up. Miss T said Bradley never gave love or like for Savannah. It never gave that. It really did. And I was like, maybe he's different off camera. But it seemed like she was the only one really invested in that relationship emotionally. The internet age said Ashley was acting like he was Chris Brown or something. She said that. She said he's hotter than Chris Brown. And Julius was just like, yeah, really? Y'all are in the trenches. Sade said, it's sad we won't see Ashley because she was good TV. She was just like, why would he do this on my birthday? Rightfully, a rightful crash out. I agree. Ryan said, I think they had a lot of resentment for the Joe versus rehab thing. Oh, maybe, but they were just her family, Savannah's Bradley's family was just never seeing it for her. Some people said, I don't feel bad for Ashley at all. She's 30 with a kid. Oh God. She was mad thirsty for him though. Remember when she sat on the bed and she was just like, a lot of things are getting wet. Oh, Sade said, but then again, Ashley will have another Joe mate and tattoo next season. Are you serious? Or are you joking? Because she's good TV. She's good TV. But no, she vindicated herself when she showed them text messages. But even Julius was like, I just say that stuff because I was, in prison, charged to the game. Ciao. Sarah said Ashley was too fanned out. That scream, as soon as she opened the door, shook him up and turned him off. It did. Oh, she was good TV. Some people said Ashley kept bragging about not sending him money, but got his name tattooed on her body. She sent him some other stuff. She was too freaked out. She sent him some other stuff. I don't know. Maybe there did seem like there was something going on, some kind of stuntiness going on there. 4 weeks and she's pregnant. 4 weeks and she's pregnant. Yeah, the family seems interesting. I would too. Hey, little Miss Thomas, how you doing? So Steph said Alexis put up on that man in a car with 2 girls and a guy with a red crop top on. I was like, okay. She named the baby after Julius, the baby girl. Yeah. I think that's what it was. It's very, it gives Chili from TLC. Chili and Dallas. Very so much that. He's so like I can't have sex with nothing stupid. He's so dumb. I was the one that was in prison. I was the catch. How does your coochie pulsate for an idiot? Ooh. Ciao. He don't have a type. Spencer said, girl, when she said that she wanted a baby so she wouldn't be lonely. Yeah. She said, so I wouldn't be lonely to have someone to love me for the rest of my life. That poor kid. I'm not saying that she won't be a good mom, but my God, today, the baby is already on an assignment. Entertaining mama because daddy is a jerk. Always. And that's how he said he's going to get fast money. You got fast money from rapping? No way. No way. No way. Missy said, when did Julius get a license? He would never have my keys. Ciao. Spencer said, that happened to be my friends who is being abusive. Unfortunately, she's doing it again. Her new man got fired for... Listen, you got to protect your mental health. Pray for them. But step away. Naya said, Julius definitely gives drugs. Those blinks are too slow. And he hold his head so wise. Something is definitely up. It really is. You just can't let the baby just be here. Oh my God. Already on assignment. I got to make mama happy and I have to love her for the rest of her life. I mean, the love, the kid's going to love you unconditionally for the rest of your life. You're the child's mother, but my God, today, let the baby just exist. Oh. Sade said, Brooke is the best, but perfect for the show. Absolutely is. Just delusional. Just delusional. Miss GG88 said, the pickets in that town must be really slim if they're fighting over JK. My God, today. Yep. Sarah said, Alexis thinks life is perfect right now. Posting cooking for my man video. Your man is a streamer and a rapper. Left work. Even her coworker was like, you can't leave your job. I gotta leave right now. I can't think about that job right now. I gotta go find my man. Wow. Oh, he got his teeth fixed. Good for him. Good for him. Now he can cheat with more women. Some people said, loving the lockup makes me think the male loneliness epidemic is just for lack of trying. Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't want to. The only issue with the male epidemic, loneliness epidemic, or whatever, is the fact the only men who are experiencing that are the men who don't wash their behinds and the men who don't brush their teeth. Everybody else can get somebody. JK don't got a lot of teeth, but he brushes them. Down to washing the behind, I'm not sure, but he does one of the two. One of the two. And he talks to women kind enough to get in them bloomers. I want to say nothing because maybe in that town, bracelets is a big thing. I don't know. She absolutely is. But that's not her business, right? That lady can't be running the business. Let me stop. Miss T said Brooke put spy location on the phone. She knew exactly. Oh, yeah, she did. She did. Sade said, woo, I feel bad for Davo's baby mama because she's stuck. Oh, she is. She's stuck. She gonna tell him, so what would you do if I move on and I get somebody? He was like, I have to be okay with it. Why was there such a long pause? Okay. Absolutely. He's not finished with that lady, and she knows it. She knows he's coming back to her, and she's gonna be waiting. Never. Was there once? I don't think so. Spitzy said, Kiana doesn't know how lucky she is. She doesn't have any kids with him. I'm glad I am not the only one who thinks the promise rings are childish. Yeah. What are you promising me? More lies? Get out of here. He did that whole thing. I could have sworn it was an engagement ring, and then he said it's a promise ring in a confessional. A mess. He wasn't going to ask. He was never going to ask because it's a promise ring. Miss Gigi said, Demon Drink and his Afropus are a menace. Kiana needs to either be a sister wife or let that man cheat in peace. Absolutely. The NNH said Kiana been messing with Damo since she was in high school, and I think he's like 2 years older than her. A mess. Thankfully, she never got pregnant by him. God is watching out for you, girl. Listen. Oh, sad to say, but Kiana, this is the future. Zora said, this is why I had to stop watching the show. My blood pressure was rising watching these women willing to get played. Child. He tells you that he proposed to somebody. You say, should I move on? The only reason why she said that is one, because of the cameras, and two, because she's always messed with him no matter what relationship she was in. So this is probably the first time he's proposed to somebody, and she's just like, oh, wait, so this means you're really serious with this person. What should I do? This is why you can't humble them, child. This is why you can't humble them. And then Nate said Michael ended that relationship because he did it for selfish reasons, because he finds Joey boring and his family annoying, and also Joey don't want that ratchet lifestyle. Michael want to be in them streets and in prison. Me too. That's why I'm so glad they're done. I'm so glad they're done. Me too. I was absolutely worried about Joey. I wanted to be worried about Michael, but Michael said, "Don't worry about me. I'm going back to prison." What? Nadia said one thing about Michael. He was very clear about not getting clean and leaving the door open to go back to prison. Yep. He told production, "I don't know how long I'm going to be out here. So I'm going to just take care of some business because, plan on going back." Crazy. Crazy. Sade said, "What did Joey and Michael even talk about outside of sex? Michael was supposed to be a booty call, not a partner." Yep. Yep. Naya said, "Dumping Joey minutes after meeting his family was diabolical. He could have done that before meeting them, or at least like waited a day or two. Like literally, you walk outside the house and then just dump him." So now he's going to blame his family for his relationship falling apart. Oh. He was honest with his family because he did not want to be in a relationship with Joey. So he wanted Joey's family to tell Joey that he wasn't a good partner. And the family didn't do, not only did the family not tell Joey that, the family encouraged Michael to get better, which made Michael believe that they wanted him to not only be with Joey, but a part of their family. So Michael went over there trying to sabotage the relationship and only made himself a bigger part of the family. So he had to end it because Joey's family wasn't going to do it. Ugh. Don't sit over there or over there. I can't wait to tie her up to that. Courtney, you let no will tie you up. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. You know what? I'm not surprised because men like that is always on the dark web, looking up all kinds of stuff that you would never even fathom. Like, why are you looking at squirrel threesomes? Them dudes are weird. Weird. Ugh. Sade said, Will is the Joey of the situation. He knows Courtney doesn't like him, but she's the hottest woman he's been able to be with, so he won't let go. Yep. Yep. Then that's exactly why he wanted to marry her so quickly. Spency said, Nikki, the way you read these people for filth, Will is a whole weirdo. He is. He is. He absolutely is. I'm going to get 3 more, and then we're going to get into the never ever Mets. Miss Gigi88 said, Nikki, I would dry right up. I couldn't do it. These women are so parched. Ciao. A mess. A mess. So Seth said, there was a love triangle with 2 men and a woman. One of the men got beat up in a park. Oh, yes. The girl from Texas. Yes. Yes. So Seth said, Will got a whole app for people that call themselves furries. I knew he was freaked out. Yes. Oh, my gosh. He blinks like a gremlin. Not a gremlin. Before they turn into a gremlin, he blinks like that character. I don't know what the name of that character is, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Before they get water on them, it is that character. That's how he blinks. That's how he blinks. Oh. OMG. Anyway, let's move on to the never ever man. He does. Because Alexis was just like, are you talking to anybody else? And he was just like, no. Poor Alexis. Poor Alexis. Poor Alexis. Let's get into the never ever mance. Ooh, nobody knows it. Bitches, here we go. This is the only couple that makes sense. This is the only couple that makes sense. And oddly enough, it's the couple that had sex on the first night. Jay and Sinko were the ones who were just like, we have been talking. It is time for us to have sex to see if we are compatible in that area. I said work, which lets me know that they have been actually working on an online relationship. Because even Sinko was talking to the other guys and he was just like, in his confessional, he was just like, I can't believe that these guys have been talking to each other for this long and they haven't seen each other. He's like, I've been talking to her since April and I needed to see her. So he knew that something was up with all the other guys. But this is the only couple that makes sense, that is believable to me, and I think will actually work in the real world, these two. That's why they had sex so early. I thought, right? I was just like, y'all just met each other. But no, they had really been working on their relationship and they needed to make sure the physical made sense. I like them. I like them. Wow. This couple gave us a show. This couple gave us a show. So Tatiana and Kavasier. I thought Kavasier was such a sweetie. I hated the fact that he was keeping his child from Tatiana. I didn't like that. I didn't like him being dishonest to her. But Tatiana was a bit of a firecracker. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe he's just a little scared, because he seemed very scared and intimidated by her. And he also said that he had PTSD from when he served. So whenever there was an issue or ever there was a conflict, he had to walk away, do some breathing exercises, and then come back. Poor guy. Like, I didn't like how he treated Tatiana on this show towards the end of it, but oh my God, poor guy. Anyway, we're getting to the point of the show where people's families are coming in to meet their partner to see if these two are compatible and, get some advice from their family members. Kavasier brings his best friend, who was a girl. Didn't tell Tatiana that. So we got two things. One, he didn't tell her about his child, and now he didn't tell Tatiana that not only does he have a best friend, that he didn't tell Tatiana that his best friend is a girl. And he also mentions to the guys that his best friend is a porn star. I don't know why he thought to mention that. That didn't make sense to me. That didn't make sense to Jay, who was sitting there with Sinko when Kavasier said it, right? So when he said it, she was just like, that's very weird. Why would you mention that? But the problem that happens all the time on these shows is that the men start performing for other men. So Kavasier told the guys that his best friend was not only a girl, but also a porn star, to get some kind of brownie points with the men, to look like that guy, because he knew that the next question was going to be, have you and your friends ever done it? And Kavasier absolutely believed that something happened with you and your bestie. Anyway, the bestie comes in, and the way she hugs Kavasier, for me, convinces me that something absolutely happened, that they probably did a little something back in the day, but decided that they would just be friends. I do feel like the house blew out of proportion how that hug came about. Tatiana was already uncomfortable with the fact that Kavasier had a best friend who was a woman. But also, it's weird that your friend is showing up for you, not your family, not a cousin, not like, it wasn't a family member, it was his best friend, who so happened to be a woman and a porn star. Something was just a little off about that, right? So Tatiana felt a little something about that, because she just feels like Kavasier was just making her look like a fool, because he keeps on keeping things from her. And I get exactly where she's coming from, because I felt like he kept his child away from Tatiana because he knew that it was probably going to be a deal breaker for her. So knowing that, right? And knowing that the whole house knows that, to still have intercourse with her, knowing that for her, that was you guys taking your relationship to the next level, Just poor, tasteless decision. So I started to clock him in a very different way. I was just like, oh, you are somebody who acts like the nice guy when you are really the scoundrel. And it was easy for him to hide behind Tatiana's bad attitude. So you can't see how awful and demonic he really is. So anyway, the best friend comes and the hug is inappropriate, not to the point that the house was blowing it out of proportion. They tell Tatiana about the hug. Tatiana gets up and she's going, in my opinion, or in my mind, I thought confront Kavasier. She goes over to his best friend and tries to fight her. You're not in a relationship with the bestie. You're in a relationship with Kavasier. She's a B. I should throw this drink on you. Don't hug my man like that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are you about to fight the best friend? The best friend is just like, what's going on? It was like so inappropriate. I thought that she was actually going to tell Kavasier to come to the side and let him know. I heard something. I felt like this was inappropriate. She just completely just acted like she had no common sense, and like she was this kid. I could not believe that she reacted like that. So after that interaction, Tatiana's mother comes, and as soon as she sees her mom, she starts crying and she starts telling her mom about how Kavasier treated her. Kavasier comes over, tries to talk to the mom. She tells him, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. He gets in his feelings. Then later that night, I believe it's the same night after the mom leaves or whatever, and his best friend leaves, he decides to get the best friend out because Tatiana was threatening to beat her up. So he gets his best friend out. Tatiana's mom leaves after giving her some good advice. He feels like, you know what, this is already going on long enough. I need to tell Tatiana about my child. He sits Tatiana down. He's like, I got to tell you something else. She's like, what you got to tell me? What you got to tell me, Clay? And he tells her that he has a child. She goes, you have a kid? Oh, see, why didn't you tell your best friend not to hug you like that? That was completely disrespectful to me. And if that B ever comes around, I'm like, he just told you he had a kid. Wake up, yikes. Wake up, Tatiana, what's going on? And he's like, well, I have a child. The kid don't bother me. My issue is, I'm like, did you know that he had a kid? Why doesn't him having a child not bother you? Like, why doesn't it, like, I don't understand. Did you know? Like, she took that information in like she knew. It was very weird. She heard that he had a child and then she went to the best friend. What's going on with your relationship? And I'm like, wait, is the jealousy rotting your brain? Did you not hear that he was keeping a child from you? A damn near newborn? She did not care. She did not react to that at all. She was still stuck on the other woman. So then she decides to just like not talk to him. She's like, forget it, Clay. Forget it, Kavasier. You're not going to tell me anything. I'm done. So then later that night, everybody's hanging out and Clay is feeling weird because they never got a resolution. So he takes her into a room and he talks to her and he's just like, so what's going on in this relationship? And she's just like, well, I don't see us moving forward. She didn't mean that she didn't want the relationship to move forward. She meant that she needed him to grovel and feel bad a bit more before she warms up to him again. He took that as being, well, if the relationship can't move forward, why am I here? He goes upstairs and starts packing. Nobody cares. So he comes downstairs and tells everybody that he's leaving because Clay wanted some attention. So then Tatiana goes over there. Goes over to talk to him. They get Tatiana just like Clay is leaving. And she knows it's one of his stunts. And she's just like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to leave? And he's just like, I don't know if this relationship can be salvaged because you're telling me you don't want to move forward. And she tells him clearly, Clay, I'm upset. I said that because I'm upset. I don't think that we should leave, but I'm upset and I need you to do more. But right now, I don't see us moving along. I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow. And she walked away. And the reason why Tatiana did that is because she's done this to Clay before. She could talk to him like that and she'll walk away and he'll grovel and he'll fix everything with her. He did not do that this time. So he goes up and he continues to pack and he decides to leave. All of this happened All of this happened because when Tatiana told Clay that she needed him to do more, Clay was like, well, if you need me to do more, I'll do it. What do you need me to do? To make her feel more comfortable and secure in this relationship, she says, I need you to go tell your best friend that you guys are done and that what she did was inappropriate. He goes to call the best friend. Best friend gets on the phone. Tatiana starts screaming at her. Why you hug him like that? That ain't right. Tell her, Clay. Tell her that that's wrong. Before Clay can say anything, she starts arguing back and forth with the girl. And then the best friend goes, this is below my tax bracket. I don't think you should be talking to me the way you're talking to me. Basically saying, you're too broke to be speaking to me. Low, but she was upset. So Tatiana's just like, Clay, tell her that she's wrong. Tell her that shouldn't happen and end it. Tell her you got 5 seconds, Clay. You got 5 seconds, Clay. He finally tells the friend, what you said was bad. That wasn't nice. Because Clay is not messing up this relationship. Because the way that best friend was hanging on that man, they have done some things. This is not just a best friend. It's some other stuff going on. I wouldn't be surprised if he performed with her on her OF channel. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Clay does that. He thinks that he has gotten into a good place with Tatiana. But Tatiana is still in her feelings and she wants to be upset with Clay. And instead of letting her be mad at him or groveling to her like he normally does, he decides to leave. So Tatiana has to leave. And she was just like, man, I didn't want to go. I mean, I told Clay it wasn't okay today. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't have been okay tomorrow. Listen, I'm glad they left and I'm glad this relationship is done. These two are not good for each other. There's nobody in this relationship you can really root for. Clay is a liar. He's a liar. All he does is lie. Tatiana, she don't handle situations like an adult. I could not believe she went after the best friend when Clay was the one that she was in a relationship with. She don't make the best decisions and the emotional maturity is not there. This relationship ended. They ended up going home. And I think that was the right thing to do. These two were not a good match. This one, no, not this one. This one was also extremely sad, but I knew that this relationship was going to end. I didn't know that it would take as long as it did. Irvin is just sick of Alicia. He keeps on trying. She's a little distant. She wants him to work a little harder. They're not meeting eye to eye. He's getting mad at her. So he decides to leave. Just like Clay, he does the same thing. He goes to everybody and lets them know that he's leaving because he wants them to convince them. He wants them to convince him to stay. Everybody's just like, all right, man, if you want to go, go. The guys are like, we're grown. We're not going to chase you to stay in this environment if you don't want to stay. Because a lot of the guys, except for Sinko, are really staying there because they're having a good time. It's a fun little trip. A lot of these men are not interested in the women. They're having a good time on Oprah's dime in this mansion and getting food made for them every day. Like, they're having fun. If they got to do a little something with the ladies, they'll do it, but they're not leaving. So Irvin leaving didn't really faze them, and they're just like, all right, guys, all right, you can go. But Irvin goes down to tell the guys that he's leaving, and he starts to cry because he's just like, my ex would have never did this to me. And I, started talking to Alicia the day that she called me the day that me and Alicia said that we were going to come here. And I just knew that it was a sign and I miss her. And everybody's like, all right, go. So he tells that to Alicia. He sits down with her and he lets her know that it's over. Irvin, I was with you until you told that to Alicia, because Alicia hasn't been right about a lot of stuff, but she was absolutely right that you said that about your ex to hurt her, because you are disappointed that this relationship did not turn out the way you wanted. So you wanted to leave with the upper hand, and you wanted to do that by bruising her ego and making her feel less than your ex, who I don't think you have a shot with. We need a reunion, Oprah. I need to know where all of these couples ended up. But these two end up leaving, and it's fine. They should have. They were never compatible. They never worked in person. I think the next couple to go is these two. Because I think Kiki is a fetish for Brandon, and Kiki is entertaining Brandon because the man that she really wanted is she no longer has access to. He wants to control her. He wants her to be dependent upon him. And he thinks that he can talk to her that way and treat her that way because she is plus size. And he has convinced himself that he has convinced himself that she is a catch to her, that she can't get nobody like him because of her weight. So he talks to her, he treats her like that because he thinks he can, because she doesn't have options. Little does he know that Kiki is still wrapped up with the man that didn't work out before. Kiki also allows herself to be mistreated by Brandon because that was the relationship that she had with her ex, who she dated for 8 years, and he cheated on her the entire relationship. So plus size women, be very careful of men like Brandon and men like Kiki's ex, who are literally searching you out because they think that you have low self-esteem because of your weight. Be very mindful of that, because I think that this is absolutely what's happening here. And I think that these are the kind of men that Kiki continues to get, that she's being targeted because of her size. And I'm also glad, let me bring Kiki back up. I'm also glad that she is not being physically intimate with him, and Brandon is asking for that. I'm glad that she is not doing it because she knows that something is not right with this relationship, that something is off, and she needs to be treated better before she gets there. But he's been asking for it. And she's like, why would I go to the boom boom room with you and you're mistreating me? So I'm glad that she's looking out for herself and she is choosing herself. I forgot to say, why don't we talk about how Kavasier catfished Tatiana? They never brought that up on the show. But I'm like, listen, he's an attractive guy, but he was definitely sending her pictures from when he was in college. That was not the same guy that showed up on the show. But you know what, Tati? You didn't have a problem with it, so oh well. You did not have a problem with it. These two are not a good match. Britney, Ty has an attitude problem. Britney needs to be not worship, but she needs a man that is going to show up a bit more than Ty. And Ty, like the rest of the men, have created this like little boys group. It's a boys camp getaway for these men, right? So Ty is having a good time with the men, and he's, being the class clown, making jokes, and, really performing for everybody, especially the men. But she doesn't feel like, Britney doesn't feel like she's getting the same from him. So the minute she asks that, he snaps on her. So her mother comes out and his brother comes out, and the brother tells Britney that Ty's problem with her is her mouth, and the mother tells Ty to his face that he needs to put her daughter first. Listen, everybody is right because both of them have expressed their issues, but I think what Britney wants, Ty is not going to give her. She wants a man that's going to put her first, and Ty is going to put his friends first every time because that is where his value is. They started off so strong, but yeah, we're not doing well. We're not doing well. Poor thing. Poor thing. I really like them. Here's the thing. These two have a 10-year age gap. I think he's 40 and she's 50, or he's early 40s and she's early 50s. They have an age gap in lifespan, but in personality, Chris is older. Chris has the personality of a 72-year-old sharecropper from Bama. He is very like, oh, get on over here. Shuck some corn with me. He's a very like old guy. His whole demeanor. He has a young face, but his entire demeanor is very, very old. So at first I was just like, how did these two get together? But now I can see it. I can see how these two actually work. So Chris is withholding peen from Alexis because he wants Alexis to submit to him. And Alexis is an older, independent woman who probably hasn't submitted to a man in a very long time and probably has no intentions on doing so. So that is where they're having issues, because Chris unfortunately got a woman in her 50s when he really wanted a woman from the 50s with the 50s mindset. So he is very, women can't speak to men. Women should only serve men. Women should only please men. Men should not please women. He's very stuck in just a time when women were more oppressed than they are now. He is definitely the kind of man that if he could, would financially abuse a woman. He's hilarious though. I'll give him that. Chris is funny, but I want to ride with Alexis on this one. He doesn't want a wife. He wants a slave and a housekeeper, a mute slave and a housekeeper. And Alexis is not it. Even when he tries to chastise her, she don't take it. She does not let him disrespect her at all. And Chris, that is his biggest issue. So he's going to withhold peen from her, knowing the only reason why Alexis came to the show is because she wants peen. That's one thing. Mama is hot for Chris. And I feel like as soon as she get it, she can go on about her the day. But Chris is going to make her work for it. Chris is going to make mother work for it. Final and messiest couple, Charlie and Jared. I will say with Jared, I didn't know that he was as sinister as he is. Jared is literally on this show just to have sex with Charlie. Jared does not want a relationship with Charlie. Jared has no intentions of having a relationship with her or moving with her and being, raising all of their kids together. He has a problem with how many kids that she has, but he will never tell her that. He is leading this woman on having sex with her or trying to have sex with her because that is what their relationship is. When you think about, and when you look back in the beginning of the pictures that they were sending each other, they were, especially Charlie, was sending sexually seductive pictures. So this entire relationship was just like a flirting kind of kink for them. Like these two were never really that involved, because if they were that involved, how did Charlie have so many kids on him in this relationship? This wasn't really a relationship. It just seems like whenever she felt bored, she would send him a pic of her titties. And he would probably send her some diggling. You know what I mean? So it seems like that's what that was. And the both of them are trying to make this relationship a bit more than what it is. But I think that Jared is leading Charlie on more. But Charlie, why are you on this show when you have a newborn? Both of you. This is the thing. I think personality-wise, these two seem very, very sweet. They're terrible parents. I do not care what the thought process or intention is behind this, or you think it's a good idea and parents should have, a child should not stop a parent from having love and, enjoying life. Absolutely. The newborn children need you. They both have newborns, but they decided to come on a TV show to meet each other in person. You are here for opportunity. You're here for clout. This show was more important than tending to your newborn. I'll take back calling you terrible parents. I will say you are parents that make terrible decisions. Terrible decisions. And Jared is a scoundrel. He's probably the worst out of all of the men, because I guarantee you at the end of this, because Jared's going to go to the end, he's not going to let Charlie leave because he's having a good time here and he really wants to build a name for himself. I would not be surprised if he's enjoying all of the commentary on YouTube and TikTok, probably contributing to that as well. He gives me Clay, not Clay from this show, but Clay from Love is Blind. He likes it. He likes his attention. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one that convinced Charlie to come here, because she probably thought that she was going to meet the love of her life, not knowing that this man is talking crazy about you to the men in the house and in his confessional, saying that he does not want to be with you and he cannot see himself being with you, while sleeping with you, talking about your kids, living in the same home, making nicknames for your children, leading you on, playing in your mind, and he has no intentions of doing right by you. Ciao. That's all I have to say about this show. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Um, um, there's a comment. I don't know if I'm gonna click on it. I do not know if I'm gonna click on it. My God, today. Yeah, they're the most normal. I like that couple. They're the most normal. Even their arguments are normal. When Sinko tried to get into it with Jay, when he was asking, like, when was the last time you had sex? Because they were playing these games, I believe in the last episode. And it was they always play these salacious games. And I guess it was some kind of sex question. Or have you had sex with somebody in the same night, in the same day? And Jay, never have I ever. And Jay, she revealed that she did. And Sinko was just like, when did that happen? Because they were seriously dating online for 4 months. And he was like, if it happened before April, I'm cool. If it happened while we were dating, because he was taking it serious, I'm going to have a problem. And that to me made sense. That was very, very normal. And Jay was just like, I'm not going to say anything to you because I don't have to. And I love Sinko's friend. I think this relationship could actually really, really work. Sinko's a good guy and he has a good community. And Jay is also a good woman and she has a good community as well. But you're always more concerned about the men because they have the most lacking support out of any species. So Sinko talks to his friend about it, and his friend is just like, listen, you asked her that in front of everybody. You put her on the spot and embarrassed her. That's why she came at you. You can't embarrass your woman like that. You should have took her to the side and asked her. He was like, yeah, but I said it quietly. He said, but you still did it in front of people. You embarrassed your woman. And I love that he has somebody in his corner advising him like that. Same thing with Jay and her family and her friends. I love that. I really, really like that couple. Zora said, never ever met should be called never ever tells the truth. My God, today. And never ever use protection. Everybody on that show got a newborn. Sade says, Cinco's a real MVP. He gives the best advice and he's respectful. He's a good guy. I like him and Jay. So Steph said, a man got 6 weeks to come to see me in an online dating situation. After that, it's a chop. Even if he doesn't live in the country. I'm not shutting down for 4 months. We got to see each other. FaceTime ain't enough. FaceTime ain't enough. I need to see behind them ears in person. FaceTime ain't enough. You know what? He's a little thick. And he loves wearing some revealing pants. I'm like, Kavasier, you are caked up. And you always got yourself with some little shorts and some linen pants. And I also think he got short arms. So when he his stomach protrudes, so it like shrinks his arms a bit. But he's a cutie. He's a cutie. Tatiana with a straight wig. Tatiana with a straight wig. Sade Young said Clay was a sweaty liar. He never gave a straight answer. Remember when he was eating meat in a corner? Hiding. He love bombed and did it all just for sex. He was not there for a connection. When he said that he was in love with her, I'm like, how? All she did was cuss you out. All she did was cuss you out. But I will say, Sade, as soon as he slept with her, all of a sudden he got a backbone. Kavasier, very manipulative. Miss Gigi said, Clay Vasier or Clay is diabolical. He is a liar. According to the social media, the best friend is his Oh, he's a menace. Oh, he's a pathological liar. A pathological liar. The NNH said, did you see the old glamour video that shows Clay and his best friend? Apparently they dated previously. I can see it. The way she was hanging on him, I'm like, so with me, my situation, my best friends, I have 4. 4 of my best friends are guys. One was married, child. And the other two are married, one is now divorced. But even still, even with the ex-wife, there's a respect. There's a respect there. I do not care. Like, yes, I've known him longer than you or whatever. I don't care about that. Like, when y'all get into relationships, I'm very respectful. Even my gay friends, because they're trade. At least that's what they say. At least that's what they say. I'm respectful to their, to their partner who is normally an effeminate male, right? So even me, the woman, I'm respectful to that. Like, I'm not gonna be hanging on him, in front of his dude. Like, I'm not gonna be doing that. She's jumping on him, holding his arm. I'm not doing that. There has to be a level of respect for the partner in their life. And even with my friend who is now divorced, I'm still like, I'm not going to be, oh my God, I've never done that. But even still, I'm not going to be on him like that, especially in front of his ex-wife. I don't care if she's no longer there. There is still a respect there that I give to his partner, even if it's former. That was weird to me. As somebody who has male besties, that was weird to me. And then she's holding on his arm and all of that stuff. Even my bestie Johnny, who's on my channel sometimes, I call him Plant Daddy. I made sure that was an appropriate nickname before I said it and before I shared it with his partner, because that could cause some kind of confusion or problems in their relationship if it's taken the wrong way, right? If she's not aware of that, be aware of everything that I'm doing with your husband, and especially when I'm on my channel. When I'm creating content with him as well. I'm always like, let's check in with her. Let's just out of respect, right? Because yes, it's my best friend since I was 13. That's my brother, right? But now that's your husband. And there's just a respect. There's a respect that needs to be there, that is already established in your relationship, because now you two are one. So I got to respect that as well. Why would you jump on that man? Why are you grabbing him with your arm and, oh, I miss you, especially in front of his woman? So I'm not shocked that they dated. That makes sense. That makes sense. Sade said the way Clay talked about his friend did not give platonic. Exactly. She's 5'11", slim, porn star. It was a mess. Someone found that they were really exes and were on another show together. Like, I'm telling you, the men that come on this show, they're just coming on the show to have a good time. They're just coming on the show to have a good time. They don't really want to be with these women. They're trying to see if they could have a good time sexually, enjoy the mansion and the food on Oprah's dime, and go live their best life. That's it. The N and the H said, I don't think he wanted Tati to meet his family with him hiding that baby. You know what, N and H? That makes a lot of sense. Sade said, why did Tati let that hug be more important than a hidden child? I don't know. She never brought it up. It was the other girl. But she did say she had insecurities about that. So I think it's because she was cheated on before. And so I think that was her trigger. And that was the only thing that she focused on. But a child, to me, is a lot more important than your best friend jumping on you. Like, I want to know about the child. How old is the child? You know what? I should have clocked Clay from the beginning when he sat down and said, my ex moved into my home and somehow ended up pregnant. And so we have a baby. What the hell does somehow ended up being pregnant mean? I'm telling you, I think that Clay, I think he performed with that ex. I think him and that ex got some stuff. Back in the day when he had abs, I think there's some videos of them on that girl's page. Social Stuff said, Tatiana's mama said, ain't nothing to do but have fun and go home. Purr. The internet said, when Tati was more upset about the hug than the baby, I did not understand. Me either. Miss Gigi said he told Tati about the baby while she was arguing with the friend, and that's why she was so focused on that. The friend was still there. That's a good observation. But even later, she didn't care. There it is. She didn't care even later. Social Stuff said maybe she knew he had a kid, maybe overheard. But like the way Tati is so hot-headed, I think she would have confronted him by now about that, right? Her reaction was just weird. Oh, she did? I'm going to look for that. Thank you for saying that. Zora says, Clay is deeply problematic. The way he revealed he had a kid while she was already mad about the friend. Yeah. He don't know how to communicate. Something is off. So Steph said, a newborn. You named after some liquor. A newborn. You named after some liquor. Aha, booty. A porn star. But it was too much. It was too much for Tati to handle. Sade said he was ready to catch up with that friend before she left, and she was class shaming Tati from Clay pillow talking about her. Oh, great observation. Great. Because I'm just like, where would that come from? You're not even in my tax bracket to be talking to me. You know what? He absolutely was ready to leave. He left that mansion and banged that best friend in the hole. The Star family is on it. The Star family is on it. Social stuff said Irvin lied. He said the ex liked his picture on social media, but then turned around and told her the ex called him. He of course he was lying. He was just saying that to harm her. That's why he said it in front of everybody, because he wanted her to be embarrassed. Hey, JL, thank you for being here. The end of the H said the guys like hanging with each other more than the women. It happens all the time on these shows. All the time. Remember, they were talking about on the Bachelor in Paradise, like the host and production would have to go tell the men to go talk to women because they were always booed up with each other. I'm telling you, we're in the season right now where men are in love with men. Well, straight men are in love with men and only want women for sex and cleaning up a home and maybe giving them a child. It's so weird how in love with each other they are. Oh, is this because a lot of them don't have fathers? Ciao. You don't like Kiki either? Oh, because of the whole thing with the ex? You think so? That's not the best look for her. But Brandon been on my radar. He wants to control that lady. He wants to control her. Little Miss Thomas said, I don't even believe that Irvin's ex really reached out to him, because he seemed to be focused as to how the initiation of your communication began in the first place. Absolutely. It didn't happen. Sade said Irvin wouldn't stick up for Alicia under any circumstance. LOL. He was turned off when she wouldn't let him dance all on her other first date. Because these men are on vacation and they were here to have sex with these women that they were talking to slick with online. They were just here to have a good time. These women are trying to work on relationships. The men are here to have a good time. All of the women, except for Kiki and Brandon, except for Kiki, we're here to really work on their relationship. I don't know why Kiki is here. I don't know why she's here now that ex has surfaced in her mind. I don't know why. And the thing about it is, Kiki, you said that he was terrible to you. Why are you blushing thinking about him? And stop sucking that thumb. Little Miss Thomas said Kiki definitely isn't an entire relationship with the. If that is the truth, this show is messy. Sade said Ty is here for the guys, and Britney was clearly dating down to be worshipped. But the way he yelled at her, I was like, oh no. So now I got to get up and do something for you because you want me to? She just asked for a drink. She just asked for something to drink. All for him to say, oh, you can go and get it because I got to get something for the fellas. Weird. Really? Not shocked. What season? Wait a minute. What? You know, he looked familiar. Wow. What season and what city? That makes a lot of sense because he looks so familiar. He's funny. He got some fun one-liners though. He gives me sinners. He gives me sinners. Absolutely. He's fun. He is fun. Like, I don't like how he treats Alexis, but he's funny. Little Miss Thomas said Ty is there to hang out with the guys. Is given, doesn't have male friends in real life. Or if he does have male friends, he's the flunky of the group. And I think that's what Britney is realizing, that she's dating a flunky. It's the worst thing to see, that you're like, when you get around your man's friends and you see where his status is in the group. Like, it's one thing if your man is not the leader of the group. When you find out he's the flunky, oh, embarrassing. Sade said Alexis thinking the lie was about Clay being vegan. She did. She was like, wait a minute. He said he don't eat meat, but he do. That's what I was talking about. And Chris was like, well, maybe you need to stop talking because you wrong. That couple is so old. I love it. I love it. Something is the thing that's off is that he is presenting as a nice guy when he's really a scoundrel. He is a scoundrel. Social Stuff said Jared don't have enough coins to take care of 6 kids. So it was dead on arrival from the first day in the house. Yep. But he's talking to her like they have a future. Sade said Jared, aka Evil Nate Parker, is a menace. Charlie is trying to lock down a man that was just a virtual booty call. Yep. And see, here's the thing. I think Charlie leads with sex a lot. I really, really, really do. And I think that, sis, that's your downfall. You got body for days. Get that body to a man that's going to lock it down with you. Please, because I think you keep on getting with these men. And maybe I'm just speculating, thinking because you got body, yada, and you know, you light, that these black men going to do you right. We have learned colorism only works for you by you getting picked. Doesn't mean you're going to get picked by the best. It's normally the worst. Lock it down with somebody who's going to treat you right, because I feel like you keep on locking it down with these men who just want you for sex. And they get up and they leave with you with a whole kid. Zora said, Jared is so sinister. I absolutely agree. Those eyes and that smile combined with them super tight pants. He presents like a good guy. Social Stuff said, and Jared had to really let us know that Charlie is biracial with that zebra stripes and that's cornball. I feel like he is a fetisher. I feel like his baby mama is probably white. He gives me that. He gives me RG3 real bad. Sade said the casting call this season must have said you have to have a child under 1 year old to participate. It's so weird how everybody has like a newborn. Hey, Unique. Thank you for being here. Zora said Jay's response was so snoring. What you mean? I liked her response. Like, you don't put me on the spot. He embarrassed her. But the thing is, Sinko got it. Because he has a good friend. Like a healthy male community like that, that's what you want. A sharecropper. He should have been in Sinners. Talking like cornbread. Walk like her too. So Steph said, I had a male bestie and his wife had major issues with me. I never dated him and was never intimate with him. She was upset because I knew so much about him. That loss really hurt. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, so Steph. That does suck. That would happen, especially if you're pretty, because this is the thing. As men, especially straight men, a lot of people know that straight men are not friends with women. Not often, but a lot of them are not friends with women that they do not find attractive. Because here's the thing. Straight men are friends with men that they find attractive. Huh? Straight men are friends with men that they find attractive. So of course it would be the same thing with women. So a lot of women will get jealous if, the straight guy not only has a best friend that's a woman, don't let her be attractive to her, right? Where she's just like, oh, she's pretty. So now she feels some kind of way like, why aren't you with her? Because I know that what attracted you to her was her attractiveness. She says she too fond to be around my man, even platonically. It happens. It happens. Brittany said, I can't stand a man who doesn't enjoy the company of women as human beings. It's a deal breaker to date a man who doesn't have a woman friend. Right? I actually love that. Because I feel like, oh, you got some sense. For some reason, I feel like if a guy has like women best friends or like women friends, I feel like, oh, he's good. This is a good, because women wouldn't be friends with a terrible guy, right? So I'm just like, oh no, this is a good guy. He's good quality. And normally like the women will look out for another woman, right? Like the women will be like, girl, why are you with him? You know what I mean? I like when a guy has girlfriends. And for my guy friends, whenever they would bring a girl around that they really liked, it would be hard when they broke up with the girl, right? Because the girl loved us. We're pro women in my group. We are so good to the girl. They have such a good time. Some of us were still friends with them, but we had to like create some distance because it was awkward for the guys. But they loved us. My girl group, the girls in my friend group, we were not only really kind to them, we were also allies. And we will always be like, listen, if you're not going to do her right, let her go before we tell her. Tighten up. So for me, I look at that like I see me, right? I think that you're a friend to him like I would be, like I am a friend to my guy friend. I think I'm a really great girl bestie to my guy friends. I'm proud of myself. I'm a good catch. I'm a good catch. And I know I'm a good catch because all of their girlfriends fall in love with me. All of them love me. Even the ones that are no longer here. Zora said, yes, because of the ex, I don't like cheaters. Of course. Who would? Zora said, where can I find the video of Clay and his friend being exes? Me too. Let me see that. Oh, he was on Ready to Love Dallas. He wants to be on TV. Sade said, remember when Jared called Charlie a zebra? Oh, that's what yes. She looks so uncomfortable. I'm telling you, Jared gives me, he gives me big Shannon Sharp vibes. Like he absolutely lets a non-black woman call him the N-word so he can release his semen on her. Like someone, I like that's how they are. That's how they are. Oh, I can't come until you call me an N-word. Weirdos. Beat me like you own me. Weird. They are weirdos. Them black men with them racial kinks. Woo! Get out, non-black woman. He's weird. He is going to have you doing all kinds of slave role play. Get out. Get out. Oh, wait. Child, the maintenance man is supposed to be coming. Y'all ain't hear a doorbell, right? Child, I'm on here yapping it up with my friends. Oh, let me see. Did I miss anything? I ain't miss. Okay. I don't got no text messages, so I ain't missed something. Oh, Missy! Cha-ching! Where's my clicker? Oh, I can't find my clicker. Cha-ching! Thank you so much, Missy, for the Cash App. I love you. Thank you, Missy. Thank you. Because that's he probably saw her out. Cause I'm a white. He gives me that. See, that's the thing. When I saw Jared, I was like, oh, he's cute. But there's something about him that I just don't find attractive. And then he said that Black Queen wrote Black Queen on Charlie's chest, and I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. You're one of those. You're one of those. Charlie when you can finally talk, girl, let's talk. Come on here and let's talk. Unique said the thought of 6 kids sent Jared running for the hills. Actually, I don't think it's a 6 kids. I think it just gave him an easy out. I don't think that Jared wanted to be with Charlie outside of this. That's why he didn't care that she had a kid. Yes, he had a kid, but it wasn't like, oh, I can't be mad at her because I have one. I don't think he wanted to be with her outside of this. I think he came here to have a good time, be on TV, and have sex with her. Because Charlie probably led with her body, because that's what she's been, doing a lot of times. We talk real here? A lot of times in my community, in the Black community, light-skinned women are seen as light-skinned and dark-skinned women are seen as objects of sex, right, for men. Oh, hold on, I think this is maintenance. Hello?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm on live. Are you telling me that the maintenance man is here?
Oh, you're on live. Hey, live.
ToyaStar says hi. Okay. Okay, well, I'm about to wrap up. All right. No, I'll wrap up. All right. Bye. Bye. Love you. I gotta go. The maintenance man is here. But yeah, I think he was looking for her out. I think he just wanted to come here and have sex because this is the thing: black women, dark-skinned black women, and biracial women or light-skinned black women are both seen as objects of sex, right, for men and desires, right? But it's with the more light-skinned women, they feel like they can play a bit more with them and they put more value in their body. With dark-skinned black women, is value and what we can do for them sexually, but also in our strength, right? So they'll look to black women to help, dark-skinned black women to help. They'll also look to black women to have sex as well, but it's more help me, right? With light-skinned women, it's more just like sexually exploitive things that gets out all of their, and this is not all black men, but enough where it's a problem, but they use them to get out their like sexual, racial grieves that they have within them. Very weird, but I think that was the thing that got this couple together. I think it was sex, and I think that was his intention. I gotta go. My maintenance man is here. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. See you on the next slide. Bye. Oh my God. Oh wait, did I end it? Comment.